Let's start the stream. Even though people are
I think that Agent Delta, I don't know what you would call them, their call sign. I think Delta is really good at getting a hold of something. I'm your Huckleberry. Choose another pilot to be your bondmate.
really just say I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah, it's the title of the ability. The talent is Bonded, and the first rank of it is I'm your Huckleberry. And you choose another pilot. If you're adjacent to them, then both of you get +1 accuracy. If you're both bonded, you get +2 accuracy. You can replace your bondmate between missions. Wow. Drones! There's drones in this game.
Yeah, so there's the way that this game does classes for mechs is really interesting. Instead of like leveling up a class, you level up licenses with individual manufacturers. And each manufacturer has their own specialty of what they like to do. One of them specializes in like using drone combat. And they basically act as like their mech just deploys thousands of drones on the battlefield.
Is it easy to use or a big pain?
It's pretty easy to use, actually. They're basically like spells, but instead the spells are drones. There's different stuff you can do. It seems
As long
like
as you have line of sight, you ignore soft and hard cover when using CQB weapons to attack targets within range 3.
it's really good.
Yeah, ignoring cover, it turns out, is pretty good in a lot of systems. And that's my experience.
Well, this game in particular is extremely about cover.
I see.
A lot more very powerful guns in sci-fi.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, welcome.
I made it. Why is my second monitor not working?
I want to play GURPS someday.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do really.
That's a broad statement. With groups.
I want to play either a Stone Age campaign or an Ultratech campaign. I feel like both of those would be entertaining for very different reasons. But I probably would rather play the Stone Age campaign because there's no other RPG systems that I'm aware of for playing like guys with big sticks trying to take other people's deer or whatever.
Sorry about that. I took my sweet time joining because I saw Tim wasn't here.
Hey, that's alright.
Yeah,
And then he
we were
takes his
just
sweet
planning...
time because you're not here, and it's a cycle.
Oh no.
Ever think of that, huh?
Everything about
Come on.
Yeah, I was gonna leave. I should have left a message in chat saying I'll join when Tim does.
It is what it is.
He's late for the late start.
He did give a little bit of notice though.
Well, no, he said I might be a little late after the original start date.
At 30, yeah. We shall see.
This is more time to shit talk. We're talking about Lance.
I overslept and then I had to run some errands that had to be done. And so I just needed some more time. I stayed up late binging Loki, which was really good.
Yeah, I've heard Loki is the best one.
It was very good. The reason I stayed up super late is because after I watched Loki, I had to then binge What If, which is like 4 hours long.
That's like a cartoon, right? That one.
Oh, yeah, but it's really good.
Nice.
That one looks cool. I always like those What If comics. I don't think I've ever read one, but I always like look up on like Google, because So each What If comic is like it has its own like universe numbering in Marvel Comics.
Mhm.
So there's like
They're finally introducing to the movies the thing that I hate about comics is that they're impossible to follow. But I guess they're gonna do it in a controlled manner.
oh yeah. So there's
Like,
like
what Earth continuity is this taking place in?
well, it's really funny. Like I suspect that's Hey Tim. Hello friend.
Hey, we were just thinking about Ryutama. I don't know if anyone else was, but I was. Have you guys ever thought of Ryutama before?
We're playing it right now, so not a lot of time to think about it, guys. Let's go.
Let's go! I'm gonna be the... What was it? The black dragon is like the bad one. I'm gonna be the red dragon, I think. I remember the colors of the dragons very well.
I was gonna say they actually toned it down a lot in that Spider-Verse movie because the comic, well, it was a game first, and the guy who made the game, Shattered Dimensions or whatever, made the comic, and then that made the movie. But the comic, the Into the Spider-Verse comic, had like every Spider-Man from every What If. Like,
Speaking of every Spider-Man from every What If, I can't believe that some of the party is late to the session and still hasn't even shown up yet.
No, they haven't. Everyone's here, which means the recap is starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. Everyone, welcome back to Bustan. At a crossroads with 1,000 opportunities available to them, the Rising found out about the ascension of Scania and the double crossing of the Silver Shield as the new part of Scania's military. They had also heard of a quarantined area in Ellentree, the island where the majority of the Rising lived, and the base of the Stone Wall. After some investigation, they were stonewalled themselves by the Harmony Patrol, who were hesitant to allow anyone in, fearing their tenuous truce would be shattered and fearing the person within. After some skullduggery with Happy and Vodari, they were able to find out the strange individual that had spooked the guards so much, that he was starting an army, and that he was surprisingly affable and willing to cooperate with the Harmony Patrol. In the meantime, however, as this was happening, Jokwrub was flexing his various connections to spread propaganda about the Rising throughout the town. Through a series of articles stretching legitimate facts into extreme conclusions, he was able to paint the Rising as potentially an underlying threat that was responsible for the events in Slaypool, and was attempting to solve their own manufactured crises to gain political standing. Jokwrub was able to bring this to the Tritonic royalty in a convincing enough fashion that despite his best efforts, Sovereign was unable to prevent them from suspending the licenses of the Rising. Undeterred, they decided to strike back at Jokwrub by intercepting his delivery of the latest propaganda piece. Through a combination of invisibility from Wielder and a series of magical items, Happy was able to perfectly infiltrate the news organization's building and replace it with the forgery of the Rising's creation. Simultaneously, Isaac trailed Jokwrub to his own house, where he found that Jokwrub had a cannibalistic streak. 3 questions linger. How will the Rising defeat Jokwrub? What is their article? And most importantly, how much did he pay that kid to talk shit? Alright, and we're live.
He didn't pay the kid shit, he just mind controlled him.
Wow.
Or he just incentivized them to sell as many as possible. He did the rest.
Well, we're gonna go kill Jokwrub, right? You're all coming to the house?
That is the
Leave
plan.
so.
We should probably say what is in the manuscript.
Sure.
Oh yeah. We had a decent enough plan, I think.
You wanna?
Yeah, I
go
believe
over
that the author was going to be Jokwrub still.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think we were going to say a lot of stuff about Capri. Was it? Remember correctly? Was
Yeah.
that the plan?
Yeah, so if you could just detail briefly what this article is about, everyone.
Okay.
I know at the end of it we're going to have like Jokwrub apologize for his actions against the Rising and
No,
then
we
say that
shouldn't
he's
do
going
that.
to pray.
Well,
like,
we
he's
might-
gonna go for prayer.
We might
don't
not
want
do
them to
that
mention
just
us
because
at
it
all.
looks a little suspect if he posts something like that and then disappears.
Well, that's why we say that he's gonna
sus!
that's why we say that he's gonna like devote himself to prayer, because we just say he's on the islands.
Oh yeah,
Right.
you could do something like that. I mean, if we want to, we could do that.
Here's
Well,
the,
we
here's
were
the
just-
thing, okay? So he's part of Jokwrub is part of the Conclave, so therefore everything he says is somewhat representative of the Conclave. He's a Templar, so he's fairly high ranked. He got sway because of that. We know the Conclave is working with Capri, correct? So we want to kind of put a wedge there so that they are not working harmoniously together. So we get Jokwrub to spread lies and some of the truths of the dirty laundry that Capri has in his article, the same way he did it for us. Make it look like he's like shotgunning everybody that's not Conclave. Make him look like a complete dick, basically. And people will know that some of this is factually just they pretty confident it's not true. The other stuff they'll be like, well, maybe, and Capri will have to then try to discredit Jokwrub for us because it'll be lost reputation, and they want to start rolling out their art patrol, and they want everyone to trust their cure. They want everyone to basically let them take over, and if everyone starts distrusting them because of this slander piece, it'll be bad for business for them. So in theory, Capri will want to do our work for us by discrediting that article and therefore Jokwrub. And then we roll out Jokwrub after having beat him up and say, yeah, now we can make him confess to being an aspect and all that stuff.
Well, in that case, I have an interesting way of handling this. There will be 3 roles here, essentially, that we're doing here, as this will be split into the introduction, the middle, and the conclusion. So, what would you like to say in your introduction? How would you like to grab the people?
Everyone's cool with that? The Capri slander strat?
Does that make sense?
I think it's indirect enough to not be suspicious.
So then it doesn't look like he's just specifically targeting us. He's just being a dick in general.
And there's like
Easily.
no... Yeah, exactly.
It's got to be some clickbaity headline that's easily disprovable.
And there's no pressing, like, 100% need to completely, like, vindicate us at the
And this
moment.
also lets us put out at least rumors of Capri doing really shitty stuff, like super culture programs and being behind, like maybe they were behind those art patrol going crazy and it wasn't actually them just going nuts, you know.
Spell capsules are made of people, ?
And now they're moving influence into the sprawl, etc.
Okay, so how do you start this article?
What do we want to name a specific allegation?
What was his title last time? It was like
we want to set the tone. Why don't we tell the story of Paige deleting someone at the wedding?
Ooh.
Well, that's true, though.
That's a pretty good opener. But would Jokwrub have known about that?
Who cares? It's Jokwrub.
I guess.
He probably does know about it. He probably mind controls several other people there.
The point is
we
that
can
this
move
is
into,
supposed to be discrediting, so it's got to be false accusations.
I mean,
Well, it's
something
gotta be
like
a mix,
that
I
is-
think. Yeah.
Well,
We'll
does
start with,
Paige... Well, does Paige care if people know? Like, that might not be, like, worth even saying.
Well, no,
I mean,
I'm
Percy
saying it's
might
like
care on Paige's behalf.
That's like a tone setting thing. We start with Capri melts people, and then we move on to like the false accusations.
Take over local businesses. Their art patrol are spreading everywhere and are like just helping destroy Arendelle, and they killed the Bronze Gauntlet person. And
Okay.
Do we want to put any...
pinning like all of the various Army Patrol faction actions onto Capri.
Do we
So,
want
like,
anything,
they have, like, a
completely
clear,
egregiously wrong? Or...
Here's what I'm going to say. This is intimidation. We're opening with intimidation here. And we're intimidating the populace with what's going on, essentially. This is a shock piece at the start. Grab their attention with the most shocking thing. So who would like to roll this? As I imagine you guys all plan this out together.
We wrote when did we write the manuscript? Last night, right?
Before the heist in either case.
Right.
Or the swap before the swap.
I was just wondering, would I have had time? Because I got enhanced ability because I prepared it. Would I have been able to be like, hold on, let me prepare a spell really quick?
Yeah, sure.
help you write it, yeah.
to help write it, so to give advantage to whoever's the writer here, whoever's holding the pen, making the final call on what to say.
Yeah, absolutely. That's entirely within reason.
Okay, so someone would have an advantage on this because we're throwing these ideas out there, but there's someone who's responsible for putting it into the words.
Alright, mine's +3. Does anyone got higher than +3?
Don't think so. I think you're the highest.
Yeah.
Alright, good luck, brother. Ooh.
Okay.
Flash of Genius as well. 14.
It's okay.
How about skill checks?
Yeah. Skill checks, saving throws.
Alright, so the beginning is kind of sloppy, but it is attention grabbing. It's not a failure, but it's definitely not like nuanced enough that people will think anything but like, oh, this is just like a hit job. But it's kind of interesting, so it will get people's attention.
Yeah, that sounds like Jokwrub's.
Alright, now for the body. What is the main part of this article here, now that you've grabbed everyone's attention here with all these accusations against?
It sounds like we're going to pin all of the Harmony Patrol actions upon the Harmony Patrol of Capri, plus we want to sprinkle in some other things that had nothing to do with the Harmony Patrol, and say that it was done by Capri. Like, I don't know, what besides all the shit that's going down, in the past few months, like, what have people complained about, or what tragic things have happened?
Oh, go ahead and give me a history check then.
Well, you can also blame the lockdown of the city on Capri.
We can also, like...
to take over
we got a real
businesses.
person here we can tie it to. We can say that, like, Korkowski was involved in a lot of this, and Percy's, like, overseeing Korkowski until Percy murdered him to gain more power.
I'm gonna use...
Is Korkowski, like, even known to the public?
Korkowski was, like, moderately well known, in the sense that he was, like, a guy. He was, like, one of the higher-up guys in Capri, so whenever they had, like, some announcement, Korkowski would be in the background being like, yeah, I was kind of involved here.
I'll use my episode inspiration on this. So I'll reroll that.
You were not meant to
No
know.
good.
All right. You were so focused at the time on completing your work and improving as a craftsman that the idea of, like, whatever was happening in the news, who cares about the news, right? You got orders to fulfill.
Does anyone know what Fior and their crime fighting like team, what they were called? Because we could say Capri eliminated them. Sprawl probably really liked them.
Oh my god.
It is suspicious, isn't it? Oh, they disappear and suddenly the Capri rolls into the sprawl.
We could
Maybe
blame the hand on them.
Yeah, we could do that too. Holy.
Which, ironically, if people actually do follow that trail, they find us, took them out, and brought them into the sprawl.
Okay. So
Do we want to avoid the hand then?
It's fine, probably.
I mean, what's the investigative reporting ability of the common populace?
that's true.
Yeah.
All right. So my biggest question is Korkowski going to get involved in this?
I mean, that sounds like some dirty spin you'd toss into the middle of an article.
Yeah,
Well, they follow the
it goes
real. I want
deeper.
to lay, like, trails. Like, if people follow the trail of Korkowski, like, he did some terrible shit and then he disappeared.
Oh
just
my
say
god.
We just say that he did some terrible shit and then Percy killed him.
No. Leave it ominous. Just like at the end, it's like, and where is Korkowski now? Nope.
Yeah, that's
Why don't we ask Percy?
Oh my
So that he's not coming to a conclusion. But
Yeah.
he's drawing everyone else to one.
Isaac, I have great news. This is deception now.
Hooray, I'm pretty good at that. And I just had a enhanced ability on me, so I still have advantage.
Yeah. 17,
17.
plus 4, 21.
Like
21.
7.
Okay, the general vibe that people have from reading the article is the first start is like clumsy and like it doesn't make a lot of sense, but as you get in, everything starts to get woven together and like these unanswered questions then become part of like the overall mystery. What is Capcree really after is the question that's on everyone's mind. And all of these things that are tangentially related are being like woven in as if they're part of the conspiracy in such a way that it raises so many new questions in people's minds that they weren't even thinking of. This is now fascinating. This is a fascinating piece of work. How do you send it home?
We wouldn't, like, the way these things are, they don't draw a conclusion, and we've kind of set
Exactly.
up for that.
We want to lead people to come up with the very obvious conclusion that
Yeah.
we've led them to, but then they think it's their
Like-
idea, and therefore it has more credentials.
Yeah.
Well, we could leave it kind of vague. It's like, ever since I published that first article, people have been coming to me with more information and more information. It's clear this
Or
web
like-
goes even deeper than I thought.
Who
and,
has
like, my
benefited from
surface
all these
level-
moves?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's
Who now has
next?
more control
What
of
are-
the city?
What are they planning now? You know, if they kept this from us, who knows what they're keeping from us?
And we could not specifically call the Rising Out as innocent, but like the public information is very carefully weaved to tell a particular story, and it's only now that I have all this private information that I know more.
Okay. So is the intention then to say that the Rising was working with Capcree and therefore they were just like pawns?
No, that the Capcree's like trying to set them up.
Oh.
I like Jokwrub did all this investigation, and he only found like Conclave approved information. He only found Capcree approved information. And then he
Well,
didn't
then
report it.
if
So
we
is
say
he
that,
is he
and then
positioning
come,
himself as this purveyor of great secrets? Like he has a whole bunch of extra information, and you should trust me without being able to verify it yourself.
Oh no! What we should do is we should start pointing at what the Silver Shield did and be like, "Is Capcree involved in that too?"
Mhm. Yeah, like if we try to like vindicate ourselves, even like to the side a bit, how does that look when we come out and say like, "Here, we've captured him"?
I don't think there's that much pressing need to vindicate ourselves. Like he was clearly he was prepping a long like character assassination on us. Like it wasn't just that one article.
Yeah, he had.
Well,
his
Yeah, I
own-
was-
the problem of like if we create this article where all the dark stuff like actually goes to real ends, people are just gonna assume that all the stuff about about the Rising also goes to real ends.
Well, yeah, we need something like probably egregiously wrong, like the average person. Like I don't know. We kind of just
Yeah.
wrote something like very believable.
Well,
Yeah, I kind of
Even-
feel like what we
Ah.
want to do is write an article that sounds very legitimate so that you feel justified in having listened to them last time, so you're sort of on the hook. But then we like close it out by having these meandering conspiracy theorists sort of sounding explanations and like, and there's more, and then you talk about
So
like,
then you can
mechanics
like
or
be
something.
like, "Oh yeah, I can believe where he's coming from in the initial thoughts," but then he goes the wrong direction. So then with the previous article about us, it's like, yeah, they were everywhere, but it wasn't for the reason he thought. It was because we were stopping them all.
And this goes even deeper, this cartel or something.
Well, okay, we need to make a choice of whether we focus on attacking Capcree or focus on protecting ourselves.
I think we-
attacking Capcree.
I think we should put
that's the
something
main
just
point.
just put something absurd at the end, like spell capsules are made of people or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking something
all out
absurd that makes him generally not believable next time he tries to do something in the paper.
Like he just throws enough stuff at the wall and like maybe something sticks. Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's
you two want the end result of the article to be defending ourselves. Blix wants it to be
Well,
like
we mostly want to discredit Jokwrub.
No, I was agreeing with them. We want it off. We want it crazy. We want it to be a ridiculous.
I'm mostly talking about the style that it's written in. Like, I want it to sound like he has a fraying mind. I want it to sound like he's just going all over the place. And he doesn't necessarily have one point that he's getting at in this section.
Right.
I just want to shift in tone in the end section.
Doing
we haven't
this
really
will help defend your reputation, but it will weaken the attack on Capcree.
Yeah,
I
we
think
have a
that
really
there's a-
strong middle part. That's a strong attack in Capri.
I think
And if
weakening the
it's too
attack
weak
on
in Capri can just ignore it and not.
Well, I think part of it was less making the attack like change public opinion and more having two factions sort of like question each other's allegiances
Oh
to
yes,
each other.
that's
right?
what.
I think Capri has a whole PR department. I don't think we can mount a sufficient attack against Capri from here.
Yeah.
Well, no, but if we make them actually have to do that, that's work we don't have to do.
Exactly.
They have a
They'll-
department. It's work that they're just sitting there being bored right now. Putting them into employment doesn't affect the rest of the company.
It'll what it means is we'll have tensions heightened between Capri and the Conclave because it's the high-ranking Conclave person saying this, and then as a result, it'll be easier for the Resistance to like sort of pull the rug under them.
And the actual Conclave
maybe.
upper ups will be like, oh, some of these are actually true, and that's fucked up. Maybe.
Wait, do we want to hit the Conclave at the end too? Maybe they're like, they've done all these wrong things, but the Conclave will come and burn out the impurity with fire, and gods will reign over the city once more.
I like that as an approach to the fraying mindset, and also as a way to, do what you're saying.
Did we want to even touch the Conclave? Because he's part of the Conclave, therefore they can come out and say, this obviously was not written by Jokwrub. I thought we just
No, you say-
kind of wanted to
Him
avoid
disowning.
say
touching on the
only
Conclave
positive
for that.
things. You say like the Conclave will rule the city once more. The gods will come and cure this place. You say things that Jokwrub would think were positive as a Templar, but a normal person would think, "Whoa, what the fuck? You're like a zealot."
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
actually
I
like
like
that.
that.
Because if they try to come out and discredit, it's not going to. There's a lot of ways that we can play that situation. You know?
You know, like Conclave is like actually doing that, so it's hard for them to discredit it.
I like that.
I'm good with that.
Okay, in that case, end this with a persuasion.
I have a +3. Does anyone have any better?
I think I have like a
I think you
4,
got the
and I
highest
was
charisma.
thinking that this makes sense for me to roll this part.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and check.
You're the most religious person.
Yeah, I have a 4.
Yeah, I got Near Ray on your side.
Wait, do I
take
have-
a plus?
We could
I
easily give you.
mean, I could give you enhanceability again.
So could I. I can also get.
Okay.
Like if I've got it prepared, and then we're like, okay, now Cal Severe is going to do this.
All right, roll again.
Cool.
All right, 16, and that is going to be, I believe, my last flash of genius for the day.
The conclusion is a little bit more tenuous than the end. You do not successfully send it home with an overall powerful message, but you do open up a lot of questions, and in the end, your attempts to wrap this up is, don't worry, the Conclave has got you covered. We will bring the gods back to the city and prevent this chaos. It seems a lot more unfounded, but in a way that seems authentic. Like, this is really just what Jokwrub believes, and it has nothing to do with what he was investigating. It just sounds more like he was editorializing and came up with, like, this thing on his own that had nothing to do with his investigation.
But it's framed in like such a way that exactly what Tim just said. Like it's what it looks like he would think is a good thing, but anyone else, like the general populace reading, is like, what the fuck? Like
Exactly. Like, it's
that
just
kind
out of nowhere.
that kind of zealous, religious kind of thing.
Yeah, just out of nowhere comes with fire and brimstone. Don't worry, we will give you salvation. And it's like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Did we talk about the Silver Shield at all in this article? Because I feel like in this section that Jokwrub would also probably mention, like among the things to be smote.
It was
because-
it was one of the things that was brought up in the middle section, if I recall.
Yeah, like
Okay.
did he have something to do with that? Who knows?
What country was Percy from? What country did the Silver Shield just defect to?
Yeah, I just
Leave it
remember,
at that, you know.
Matt, you had a note during the week about how we should talk about smiting the Silver Shield with fire or something.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, overall, this is a good article. It's not great, but it's good enough that it will capture people's attention. It has actual questions, and most importantly, it doesn't come across as complete BS.
That's good.
Right.
Let's kill Jokwrub now.
Yeah, Isaac,
I mean, for you.
you're in the guy's house. What would you like to do?
I think I climbed back out of the chimney. I'm gonna like keep watch until they arrive. I assume they're arriving because I sent them ascending.
All right. Well, the Rising, are you arriving?
We will go.
That is the planned PNG or YouTube channel by Anthony Fantano.
That was the YouTube channel.
Mission kill Jokwrub.
Rest in
Go.
peace.
By kill, I mean
Alright.
send to the Shadow Realm. Because we're PG-13.
You actually do kind of send it to the Shadow Realm, don't you? All right, so the group arrives at Jokwrub's pad. It will take a little while to get there from where you're from. Sordus Meadows, you take a few drakes. You get there about an hour later. Jokwrub is still down there.
All right. Well, I'll let them know. It's like, okay, this is a trap on the bottom step, and the fridge is full of human arms. So I'm pretty sure this is a real place. He went downstairs, he hasn't come back up. Because there's perishable food here, I'm pretty sure this is the actual place he lives. He's probably not a tunnel entrance.
Clear, we're talking quite a ways away from the pad, so he couldn't have any chance of hearing us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like outside
you came
in the
out
street.
and met us.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, are we doing this today?
I would say yes. I mean, we know where he is. I mean, that's not something we know often.
What time do the papers come out?
They'll
Tomorrow,
be,
right?
yeah, tomorrow.
But what time?
Unclear.
We just
Doesn't
anyone have,
matter
like,
because he's
disguise
going to go
self or
to
something?
the trade pool. We'll have to do that as well, which will take time.
Yeah, that'll take. Last time we were in Shade Pool, it took several days. But if we get back early, we just hide him until we feel like it's appropriate to trot him out.
All right. I mean, I'm not prepared to fight right now, but I still got enough.
Well, luckily we can rest after this, before going into Shape Pool. You can also
Should
use
have
that instant short rest thing at some point.
Yeah. It's more I'm good. I'm mostly good. I'm like 80%.
All right.
It's just my spell selection, but if I get
Right.
my one up, I'm good. No, I've still got enough good prepared.
Yeah, I've only used one spell, so I could get it back with the spell restoring ring you gave me.
Mhm.
You know, why don't I just do that now so I don't forget? Okay.
All right, you guys are at the outside of Jokwrub's house. He has a chimney. This is a 1-story plus basement. What would you like to do?
I could. Do we want to sneak up on him?
Or do we want to?
There's only one way in, which is the staircase. I found another way in through the chimney, but that requires, a lot of spells for spider climb.
I mean, I could carry some people up. We can take multiple trips.
I mean, how big do you think the downstairs is?
It could be any size. I don't know if the surrounding houses have basements or not.
Most basements aren't very large, but you never know. Jokwrub could have expanded his.
Is there a map of this house?
Is there a map of this house? There could be, but you're not inside.
All right, well, let's check the door for traps first.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, we could totally actually we could ferry people one by one through the chimney. Actually,
That's it.
Oh, right, you could carry them without even a spell, couldn't you, Happy?
I don't think I could fit down the chimney.
Well, when he walked through the front door, did he seem to do anything about it? Like unlock it or anything like that?
Did Epoch?
Yeah, he unlocked the door and then he locked it on his way in, as you
Okay.
would.
Yeah, he had a key that could have undone a trap. Listen, the visibility from the windows is crap, so we should be able to just walk up and start fiddling with it, as long as we don't
Alright.
make much noise.
Could you help me, Isaac? I'll look for traps really quickly.
Yeah, I'll help.
The perception or investigation?
It's
Should be
investigation.
And aid will give me advantage, right, Pog?
That's correct.
Nice.
Okay, there are no traps.
Hey.
And it's just locked.
I guess I'll try it then.
I'll help.
Alright.
This is two of us shoved into this one keyhole. Oh shit!
Nice.
The gloves are really nice for this.
Yeah, you're able to basically effortlessly. You're able to resolve this issue here. This lock is actually trivial to get rid of compared to some of the stuff that you've worked with. And so you're able to get into the building.
I forgot the gloves gave us +5.
There is a staircase if you go around. There's a sort of east wing. There's a door that leads to what you would imagine is a bedroom, and to the west is the kitchen area with a closet. Is brown mold, by the way? Brown mold is what does it.
Oh, but cold mold
Cool.
rhymes.
Yeah, the cold mold. Anyways, they have this cold mold fridge where they have the bodies parts. You remember that one fairly well, Isaac. Actually, it's probably only been like an hour, so not really a lot to remember.
Should we snoop around his bedroom?
Why would we do?
See if there's any information we can gather.
Shouldn't we get to him if he's in here?
Yeah, we could do that too.
Well, I kind of want to check to see if he has like a diary or anything with any revealing plot information.
Exactly. Yeah. Like,
That
alright,
won't help us beat him
I
or set a
mean,
trap. Because we are now talking inside of his fucking house.
I think I'm gonna
Wait,
stay outside.
have we entered yet? I don't think we've explicitly said we entered.
Yeah, you guys are like
Oh.
looking inside. I don't know if you've entered or not. You can if you want. It's up to you.
Let's head to his bedroom.
Isn't he in here though? Isn't he in there though?
Downstairs.
I'll sneak across to his.
Oh, Happy doesn't
bedroom.
make foot noises.
I think this would be about the right time for me to use Pass Without Trace.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
sure.
that too.
All right. PWAT is up. Let's go.
What's the bonus on P1 again?
10.
Plus 10.
10.
Nice.
So if
Alright,
you just
I'm
go
gonna-
and check his bedroom, impossible to fail.
Right, but it's only within like 20 feet or something like that, so I have to go with you probably.
What? Do you even have a
Depending,
roll?
or like in the next couple rooms.
Jokwrub might be able to make like a 21 perception, for example.
Well, no, like how is he perceiving you? You don't make noise, and he doesn't have line of sight.
I can like
Yep.
knock something over. I think we
Yeah,
were
you
talking
can
about this
still.
earlier. Yeah.
So here's an interesting thing. It's within 30 feet of you, which is actually pretty big. And it doesn't say that you can see. So theoretically,
Yeah, it's not line of
Kalsabir
sight.
can like
I can,
walk
go up
around
to
the
the wall.
outside of the building.
yeah, as long as you don't go too far down, or as long as I can walk around the building, and we have a way to communicate which rooms you're in and stuff like that. And there's no weird geometry and no weird magical shielding.
You physically cannot knock over a vase, because if you
Oh.
knocked over a vase, that would be a trace of your passage.
Is that what it says? Trace of passage?
Yeah, it does say that.
Leaves behind no tracks or other traces of passage.
Yeah, this is
It's
If
like
it's-
impossible for him to see you.
well, I mean, like mechanically they tell you what it means explicitly though. If it was just if like hearing stealth checks, you don't have to make the stealth check. I think they would just say, right? I don't know. I'm good with whatever.
Either way,
rule.
we don't know if
Basically,
he'd have a
what
way
this
to or
means-
not. So
What Pass Without a Trace does in like the actual gameplay thereof is you can potentially see somebody, but you cannot track them. So if someone's using Pass Without Trace to try to move up to someone, yes, you have a +10 bonus, but you could still potentially fail the check. On the other hand, if someone's trying to track you down, then there's no trace that you've left behind, so they cannot trace you that way.
Also, if you have a tracer embedded in your flesh, it falls out.
Wow. No, that's magical means. Mods. Mods.
We can if Venari walks with you, we can do the telepathy thing, and I could tell you where I am.
That range is
generally.
like level times 10 feet, I think. So I can just set it up to you, and then you can go.
Well, yeah, and then you guys could just like walk around the area I'm in. Generally, I could tell you
70
where I am.
feet.
Yeah, case the whole upstairs for us.
I do have to be able
Abby.
to see you though.
Oh, you need to see me in order to do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
never
assume just at the
mind.
start, right? And then afterwards you can maintain it.
To be able to speak, I have to be able to see you. You can keep the connection probably, but
Oh,
What about the other way around? Do I need to speak? Do I see you in order to speak to you?
creature must be able to see you, and you must be within its trait's range.
Okay.
So yeah.
Because that doesn't work.
well, it doesn't matter. Happy's not gonna get caught, so Happy can just case everything and come back and talk to us.
All right. Should I do the upstairs? Is that even worth doing?
I mean, it's free at this point. You're so
Alright.
spec to stealth, and you have PUA.
All right. I will investigate his bedroom. Pog, look for any clues.
All right, go ahead and roll an investigation for me then.
While Happy's doing that, can I try and listen to see if we hear anything from downstairs?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception. So with that investigation, you're able to find fairly simply that this place is really, really overtly decorated. And the decorations are a bit strange here. Everything's nautical themed. Like they have sewed on a bunch of different like anchors and ships and like nautical symbols onto the bed. And you can see that there's like a number of different like posters of different ships that he has set up all around the room.
What?
Did he just take someone else's house? Maybe this is not his. It's not his, right? We don't think it's actually like his. He probably for all we know.
So Vonar, you're on the outside trying to listen, or are you trying to listen inside?
Like the doorway, basically.
You hear nothing from the doorway.
Guess I'll make my way upstairs. Would that be another? Oh,
one more thing that you notice. There is discarded parchment throughout this room. Crumpled up and thrown about.
I'll take a random crumpled up piece of paper, see what's in it.
Failed drafts.
It's a draft of an earlier one, but this one has like a typo in it.
Okay. How many are there? I'll collect them all because he might have like written something and then omitted it later. Like we can read it afterwards, I guess.
Nothing's omitted. It's just anytime he spells a word wrong, he throws out the paper and starts again.
Okay, I'll leave them.
This happens fairly often.
Wait, there's no actual drafts. There's only typos.
Yeah.
That implies he's getting the full text from somewhere else still. Like, he used to get it from Fim, but where's he getting it from now?
It's sometimes like slightly reworded, but it's like the general idea is the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so going upstairs, would that involve another stealth check?
Yeah, you could potentially roll 2 ones.
Okay.
Great success. All right, you're able to get out into the main foyer. You can leave if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. What's in the main foyer? That's like the second floor. What do I see? Like what?
No, first floor. There's only one floor, and then there's a basement. So.
Oh, there's no upstairs. Oh,
yeah. So the east wing is where like the bedroom area is. There's also just sort of like a den, like a living room. This is also where the chimney is, and then there's like the main foyer that goes to the east and the west. If you go west, that's where the kitchen and like the eating area is, and also the doorway to the basement.
I could quickly check the living area. Maybe you left something there.
All right. Go ahead and give me another investigation. With a 25, you're able to see that this area is pretty well kept and it's relatively clean.
Okay.
There's really not a lot to be found here.
I'm gonna go towards the front door. I guess that's another stealth. And like, I guess motion people. We can start going downstairs.
Hell yeah.
Just to get to the front door.
How big is this house, Pog? If it's got wings, is it like really big?
No, it's not. These rooms are tiny.
Okay.
Think of each room as basically being the smallest possible version of the room. Like the bedroom has the bed, and like you can touch both walls if you spread your arms out.
Oh, that's sad.
Okay, so you're able to stealth out effortlessly here, happy, and you're able to get to the entrance. Everyone, if you'd like to sneak down, go ahead.
I guess I could enter now, or I could, like, while they were sneaking out, I'll talk to whoever was out here still. Like, I'm not the stealthiest of people.
But pass without traces.
All right,
All right.
I'll go in.
Ooh. That was bad.
Move.
Okay, so add 10 to this. I'm really nervous about this roll.
Are we sneaking? What?
I'll give you.
Anyone?
I'll give,
Well,
I'll give you my
Anyone
cool,
want to-
cool shit inspiration.
I don't
All
think
right.
it's worth it. Like,
18.
Are we rolling to go down the stairs? What's happening?
18.
This is like to sneak up and go downstairs.
Oh yeah, plus 10. 18.
Yeah.
group stealth check.
14, 18. It is a group stealth check. I think we just need more. Does that mean we need more successes than failures, or?
Yeah, it's a group stealth check.
Nice. Okay. So we have 2 so far. So Cal,
18,
Cal.
14, 30, 29.
we have 2 guaranteed. I don't know what. Oh,
33.
And there it is.
33.
You are able to successfully sneak up here, everyone.
Oh, is there a trap on the bloody stair?
It's not really a trap as much as it is like exposed nails.
Ooh.
Dude, watching Home Alone.
Hmm.
All right, everyone, as you get down, you hear Jokwrub is humming his own theme song to himself as he works on 2 large model ships. You get the jump on him.
Oh, now it feels like we're just beating up someone who doesn't know what's happening.
Good. That's exactly
Yeah,
what
I've
we
been
want.
wondering about that as well this session.
I mean, it looks like Jokwrub, talks like Jokwrub.
I mean, we're rolling initiative, right?
I mean, yeah. Okay, maybe let's just do non-lethal damage just in case. I don't think Jokwrub would just take some. Would he have a body double deliver the oracle?
Or is he not the one with mind control powers? Is he the avatar of the person with mind control powers?
Yeah, like would he have a?
Well,
Body-
non-lethal damage puts people in the shade pool too, doesn't it? So let's just non-lethal the crap out of him. If he disappears, he's Jokwrub. Or 3U. If he doesn't disappear, then it's not 3U. Oh,
Yeah.
bloody heck.
We can
I'm
wait.
really scared. I'm scared to press this. I don't know why I'm so scared to roll today. I think it's because I'm
mean-
really tired.
We're hidden. We can wait.
There we go.
Like it's not the worst thing.
You don't
We
really have like a good hiding spot here, unless you all want to go underneath this big table where he's working on these model ships.
Well,
is he
he's gonna-
is he on a chair? Is he leaning over? Are they like on a stool and the table is really high up?
Yeah, he's like just leaning over and focusing. He is pretty tall, actually, Jokwrub.
What kind of ships are they?
These are 2 Asmalin different types of ships. So the one up, are you guys at the map here? I think you are.
Are
So-
they like galleons or sloops or?
These are both different sloops that are used, and these are the 2 different models. And he's made them out of different woods, and it looks like these are actually just miniature ships that he's creating from scratch. Like he's doing the woodworking and everything.
I've got good news, which is that Faye cannot lie in the Feywild, so we just drag him into the inn portal. And then interrogate him afterwards. But for now, let's shoot him full of bullets.
Wow.
Oh, this isn't a
Happy-
battle theme either.
Happy has beefed it here. No, you snuck up on him. Why is this a battle theme?
We're not gonna like one round kill him.
I don't know. Maybe you do. Actually, the rogues aren't there. I don't know if you can. But Vonari, you're first. Jokwrub does not know you're there. You guys have the advantage here.
So he is a surprise condition.
Correct. However, at the start of his round, he will get like another check to potentially see you.
I assume.
Well, won't he see us immediately? It's just that he skips his first turn in initiative.
Oh, but he's
Maybe.
like right
You
after
haven't
me.
done anything. He's working on stuff. He's distracted.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We could just wait.
Yeah, I could do nothing. Or do something violent.
Well, the surprise condition doesn't do anything but skip his turn, so you can.
Right, it just means...
It
you
could
don't-
potentially just like blitz him and then abuse the silence.
Yeah, I guess.
Problem is that... Well, like, if I didn't do anything, does he know combat starts? Does he lose his surprise condition immediately?
Proxy gets to another check.
No, that's not
Okay.
how surprise works.
Just making sure.
Because, like, imagine you're standing still, reading a book, right? Like, you're in line waiting for, like, a store to open, and then someone punches you in the back of the head. Even though you've now been punched, you're still surprised.
Okay, so to fail the group check, group stealth check.
It's just because of the initiative order. If I went and started this, he would then go immediately. He would lose his surprise condition, which is his whole turn, and then everyone else goes. Versus, I do nothing. It's his turn, but he doesn't lose his surprise condition because nothing has happened yet. Then everyone
Yeah,
else gets
exactly.
to go, including me, and then he loses another. It's better for us if I do nothing.
Okay.
And he doesn't notice you.
Yeah. So I will just, I'll just chill.
The group check is a 29, so if he hits a 29 perception, then our group check no longer passes.
Right. In that case, if he makes that save,
I roll this in the open. Why
then I
not?
will have lost.
No.
Uh-oh. Okay, he's not able to hit the 29.
This will allow, us to get more
Alright, Wielder.
action economy out of the surprise round.
Wielder, there's a Jokwrub.
What is it, just Phantasmal Killer?
Open with Fairy Fire. That's one of
pretty
our
good.
favorites.
Power would kill him.
Yeah, powered kill.
Oh, wait, he probably
Okay,
has more
yeah, I
than
guess
100 HP.
Power Word Kill.
Yeah, 100% has more than
Make an Arcana
Just-
check, DC 50.
Does he have over 100 hit points?
DC 50 Arcana check. If you fail, you
Alright.
kill yourself.
Alright.
Ooh,
Rolling
that's
this.
a rough ride.
DC, what was the DC?
Hey,
15.
just play your turn normally, you
50.
you jabroni.
5-0.
It's only if you fail by 10 or more.
65. 65, okay. Yeah, I'll open it with a Fairy Fire.
Alright. Jokwrub is now covered in fairy fire. He looks up and sees the entire rising is in this room. What does Defender do?
Hey, I got a 33.
33, what?
Yeah, but we just
33.
keeps a spell on him, so he looks
33
up.
stealth.
Stealth. Listen, there's no stealth that you can do when standing in a room with somebody.
That's what I...
Doesn't
Hey, am
matter.
I in
Until his
dim-
turn,
am
he
I
doesn't
in-
lose his surprise condition.
Am I in
Ten.
dim
Yeah.
light or does the torch touch me?
No, you are not in dim light. The torch is touched.
Rip.
If you were underneath, you would be in dim light. If you were like to crawl underneath the table. Huh? Defender?
Hello.
Hold on, so how much be a bully?
100% bully this guy. He's
Okay.
the most bullyable person ever.
He bullied the random engineer. We'll bully this guy.
Well, I like, is he like mentally disabled?
This is not even bullying at this point, man. This is
Okay.
just attacking an enemy of the
Here's what happens. I cast Fairy Fire. He turns around. I say, "Hey, Jokwrub," and Defender leaps, pounces at him. His onto the table, front paw landing on this model ship. That's just what I was deciding. Like, yeah, he's gonna pounce up and crush the model ship while going for him with Force Empowered Rend.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit the model ship first.
I'm just gonna click this twice. Well,
Yeah.
what do I roll?
Yeah, you just get a free second attack on the model ship.
Okay.
That doesn't do anything.
12 to hit.
Yeah, that hits the model ship, however.
Okay.
Oh no, this is force damage. No, you destroy the ship.
Yeah.
Okay, now roll to hit Jokwrub.
Advantage.
I'm glad that the force damage became
19.
relevant.
19 to hit. Oh, that's 7 damage.
7 force damage, yes. Non-lethal.
You want to
Of course
describe
it
this
doesn't
one, or
matter.
should I?
Yeah, non-lethal. Okay, so it plays out as I said. I guess Fairy Fire. I say, hey, Jokwrub. And Defender, we're all ready for battle. Leaps onto the table, smashes his ship, roars, and hits him with his claw as hard as it can, trying to deal some damage to this powerful being, and it just hits him in the head, and he slumps to the ground unconscious.
Yep, and in its place is left behind another door to Shade Pool.
The fuck?
It was actually him?
What? He's got like 6 HP?
I wasn't expecting that.
I thought it was a body double. And as soon
I
as I
had
heard
this
that,
thing going. I was expecting that to be the opening, not the closing.
I thought we knocked him out and turned out to be like some random sailor. I didn't expect. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay.
Well, I guess he did thrive on manipulating people.
Maybe he's not really a good fighter.
Don't forget, the aspects are ranked by power.
Okay,
This
is there any
3,
knowledge
so
we
he's
can
more
roll,
dangerous
or
than
like
Fiora.
sense motive or anything that tell us what that was legitimate?
Well, there's a door to Shade Pool here.
I guess I could touch the door because it's an illusion, right?
Yeah, the door is legitimate.
I didn't expect.
Just remember that the aspects are ranked by power. 3U is more powerful than Fiora. I mean, even if we was a pushover in the real world, once we get in there, things are going to be bad. This is the most powerful aspect we face. So
Yeah.
don't
Maybe he
complacent.
did.
If-
Well, no.
If it's supposed to be a representation of his insides, he's going to be a lot weaker out here.
I mean, if once you get taken out, you just end up in Shade Pool anyways. Maybe there's he doesn't need to have big security measures here. Maybe he is just frail here.
Or is
but
it
not
a
for
horrible
like
trap?
It's still inconvenient to get sent to Shade Pool. It takes time for him to heal.
Can I
If
go
you have
up to
6
the
HP,
I see how a
doesn't
manipulator would through many puppets.
Can I
This
go
is
to the
acceptance.
unsmashed?
He accepted that we were here to kill him, and he just died.
Well, he didn't.
Wow.
So,
Hey, so what do you want to do with the ship?
I want to go up to this unbroken ship and get a closer look at it. Can I?
Okay, go ahead.
From
Is it
actually
made out of
handling
pine?
it, can I tell
Mahogany?
anything about it? Is there any significance to it?
Bolsa?
Yeah, I'm going to give you advantage because you're wielder. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I'm gonna check the ruined one for a tiny pirate chest with tiny gold coins.
I also want to look at the boats because my guy likes boats.
Pop another one here.
18.
Wielder, the first thing that you notice about this is the craftsmanship is really good. This is not beyond your capability or anything, but it's at the level where you as a craftsman have to appreciate that this guy's fine detailing is immaculate. You notice that these little ropes and everything actually function, and you can successfully manipulate the sails on this tiny ship.
We should take that with us.
Can I try to tell how close it is to an actual ship? Is it modeled after the real thing?
It is.
Or
It's
is
modeled
it,
after a real
are there a
ship.
few creative differences?
Yeah, go ahead and make a history check here to see what you know about this type of ship. But
Artistic.
I will say that you would have seen this type of ship. This is an actual Asmaelan military sloop that's used. And the detail is pretty good. This is actually an Asmaelan ship. There are a few things that are not quite accurate, but you're not sure if it's the ships that I've seen have these things, therefore this ship doesn't, so it's wrong. As male as the country you're in.
My
Oh.
great uncle once told me about this combat in which 3 of these flanked their fleet. They sunk with a fight, but they sunk indeed.
Pog, how much is this worth?
How much is this worth? Probably like, I don't know, maybe like 2 to 3 gold. Like it's.
Okay. I'll stash it in my backpack and I'll say it might have clues. I'll investigate it later.
This smashed one,
The
if you
ship.
look into the smashed one, it does have one small detail in it that really impresses you. Like, not like a tiny treasure chest, but it has bunk beds on the inside. And had you opened up, like, the hold, you would have seen that it has, like, these little bunk beds in it.
Goodness. So
Yeah, I'm
detail.
suspecting that when we go through his door, that's some kind of gimmick and that those ships become fucking bigger
Yeah.
or something.
I think we might end up on a ship.
I'm
Bunk
collecting model
beds.
transportation.
I'm just confused because why does he like ocean stuff so much now? Like Navy stuff.
Maybe it's from his past.
I say a quick prayer to
We
to
know
Yara
very little
and ask
about
them
him
for
as a
protection
person,
on the seas.
Was the guy
As-
killed dressed like a Templar and stuff?
No, he was wearing his normal clothes. Had you investigated, like, the bedroom better, I'll just tell you for free because there's no way to fail this check now if you look. He does have the outfit for the Templar here. He's just not wearing it all the time. It's like if you work at McDonald's, you're not walking around wearing your McDonald's uniform.
He also had humanoid meat or whatever in the fridge. So I think it's him. It's probably him. I don't. Body double seems a little wild.
Body double that also has a way to activate
The shape
one of
of
those
the door.
crystals.
Like, is it even possible to set something up like that? I don't even know.
The room is filling up with shade miasma presently.
Well,
Okay,
shit,
that's-
Can I take a look at the wall, or can I look under the stairs?
Sorry, I said the things, we might be getting sucked into a vortex.
I don't think you're getting sucked into a vortex. If you look underneath the stairs, there's nothing really.
I think we just gotta go.
You can see, like, there's wood that he uses to make these ships. Like, he stores it under the stairs, but there's nothing, like, really of note.
Yeah, this place is gonna turn into another infection point if we don't move it and close this door.
Well, I mean, yeah, but time we spend in there is also going to be like compounded.
Well, not necessarily.
Are
It
there
wasn't
any-
deep shape pool,
No rabbit paraphernalia down here.
Give me an investigation check, actually.
That means that there could be
Bunny
That's-
rabbits.
20.
You can see that he was working on carving out, like, a bunny rabbit out of wood.
It's him, dude.
Maybe the rabbit's from his past and he's projecting.
Fuck it, we
Oh,
can't do
he's-
anything officially for a month anyways. We should just go in.
I think he is crazy.
Oh yeah, we
I
get to
think-
fast forward our non-licensed time by going into Shade Pool.
That's an interesting idea, actually.
See how the world likes it when we're not there for a month.
All right. You guys are going in?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Yeah.
As you guys go in, you find yourself, like, on a ship which is floating in the sky. Everything is in black and white. And you see your best friend Anna Marie is with you.
Ooh, if I take out my new model ship, does it turn into a weapon?
When you take out the model ship, the ship also seems to be flying, and it has, like, a model of the ship that you're on, and you can see, like, a miniature version of yourself reflected, and it's recursing.
Oh,
Oh, no.
goodness.
I continue my prayer to Niare.
Suddenly, a giant dragon comes by and picks up Anna Marie.
Wait, what?
What kind of dragon?
This is
Is it really big?
This is a green dragon.
Is
Can I-
it a
you guys
friendly
have-
pickup or an
Dragon.
unfriendly pickup?
You don't know, but it is picking up the fox, and the fox just kind of looks up in surprise. You all have 1 round to react to this.
Rory, roll inside. Is the dragon smiling?
That would be a turn. Like that would be your action to like
Mm.
incite this dragon. Like stop and see what the dragon's doing.
Can I overtake the dragon? I could always try to run and grab the person.
Just so you know, this is not like a young dragon by any means.
Very
It's,
big.
it's old.
So
It's
it's a big
clearly an
dragon.
older dragon.
This is an older dragon.
All right.
So it's big. Well, it just swooped down, picked her up, flew away.
It's
Has-
in the process of doing it. It's scooped up Anna Marie and it's going to be flying away next turn. You can potentially do something about this if you want.
I mean, dragons
But
are
this is-
intelligent, so I
I throw
would
my
be able to
grappling
inside
hook.
You want to grapple onto the dragon?
I grapple onto the dragon.
Okay, roll to hit the dragon then.
Oh, I was
this
going to
is-
use athletics. Let me find to hit.
Yeah, this is you have no proficiency in grappling hooks, and it's a ranged attack.
So
Wait,
do I
continue.
just roll my dexterity?
Yep, plus dexterity. This
Yeah.
misses. The
I miss.
dragon like swoops
11
down.
misses an ancient dragon?
It may
Yes.
not be an ancient, but yes, dragons do have pretty good AC. It's not just
Bullshit.
hitting, right? Like you can
Has to
potentially
go
like
through the skin.
yeah, you can hit the dragon and then have the grappling hook bounce off. That doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Dragon hide is supposed to be thick, right?
So that's Calsevere.
I want to use my extra attack to throw my other grappling hook.
Do you actually have a second one?
Just a second.
Oh no, you could pull. You can like you're holding one chain of the grappling hook. You just tug
Yeah,
it
that's
and-
not unreasonable. Okay, try again. Okay.
No, Brett.
fail.
You very quickly, like as this thing is swooping down, try to grapple around it, and it bounces off its hide. You aim a second time, but this time it like flicks its head back to avoid it.
Now you can hit with the
Um,
butt of your grappling hook.
Let's say
Should I
Isaac.
use-
Hooray!
Go
use
ahead. Sorry,
inspiration?
sorry. You can if you want to. Why not?
I don't think I want to.
Okay, Isaac, what do you want to do?
I put the ship away, I cast Spider Climb, and then I climb onto it.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, I guess, to just react. Let's see.
15.
No, that doesn't beat this thing's DC, unfortunately.
Holy shit. So, like, even reacting and doing something requires a dex save?
There's actually a dexterity saving throw built into this for a very similar action to the dragon stat block, so I'm just using that dexterity saving throw.
When the dragon
Fuck.
grabs the fox, can I telekinetically pull the fox out of its grasp?
Can you
Because-
pull the fox?
Because technically that is forced movement, so it would negate grapple the fox.
I think that's fine, but I think you have to do this against the dragon.
Okay. I'm sure the dragon will make it, but here's my
Wish I had more
16.
flashes of genius.
they can make a strength saving throw. 16.
Okay.
Pull the fox away from it. Or push him so he misses. Whatever I'm allowed to do.
Oh,
Okay. So the dragon has succeeded. However, I'll give you this. As the dragon succeeds this saving throw, you can see it's like being pulled out of its clutches, and the dragon begins to like flash green as it expels a little bit of its breath, and sort of enhances itself with this to scoop it up. The dragon seems like tired after this action.
Can I
Ooh.
bonus action dash and try again, Pog, or is that not gonna work?
That will not work, unfortunately, as it's an action to like kind of on reflex jump up and grab onto the dragon. And on that note, Happy,
Well, only one of us climbing on there might not be a good plan. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move up. I'll use my object interaction to grab the grappling hook, and then I'm gonna try my own luck at
Foxes are
throwing
way
it
out of this place.
onto the dragon. Yeah, this might be just a trap, like a very clever trap. Honestly, seems like
okay. So you
yeah.
want to try to like jump up onto the dragon?
No, I was thinking of just moving up and maybe throwing the grappling hook there onto the
Okay.
dragon. Do what Cal did.
Okay, this is a dexterity check. You do not have proficiency, so it's just plus dex.
On. Oh my god! I'll use my episode inspiration. This is our way out. I think this is a trap. I think this is a
It
trap.
is. It's
by
a
John.
trap to trap us in.
Yeah, keep us in
Shakedown.
here. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
you are able to hook the grappling hook in with this second one. If you'd like to grab on, you can. However, I'm not going to let everyone else grab on.
Oh shit! I should.
Because this dragon is flying real fast by. You've successfully hooked it on, but I guess Wielder could also grab on if Wielder wanted.
Can
I
I
think
bonus action dash and maybe drag Cal or someone else? Any other person?
No.
Okay.
But yes, it does have a grappling hook on it, so Wielder could theoretically grab on as Wielder
Oh,
has an
because he
action.
has his action left. Yeah, I see. Okay. Yeah, I'll start. I guess try to like move up a bit on it, and then so there's room for Wheeler to grab it if he wants to grab it.
can I tell what size category this thing is?
Oh yeah, trivial, huge.
Huge. Okay.
And I should
Okay.
also note, as you're looking down, you see that beneath you there's this huge jungle, like this sprawling jungle. And beneath the jungle,
we're in the air?
You're in the air. This is an airship presently.
Oh, okay.
Don't fall.
I don't think I have anything special to do, and I don't want to grab on and get separated. So I think I'm just going to take a normal attack of opportunity.
All right. You're going to like jump up and hit the dragon with the war. That's so cool.
Well, or like, yeah, I guess in our narrative we said it's moved on. I was just thinking it's just kind of getting a swipe at its tail or something.
Yeah, basically
flying past.
In the narrative, what's happening is it's grabbed down and swooped on to Anna Marie and is like now like descending. It was descending. Now it's going to ascend and fly away. So in this moment here, you can like get an attack off on it before it flies
standard. Like it's your basic attack of opportunity.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
Leaving. Warhammer, submit. 0 resonance. That's a crit.
You critically hit the dragon.
So 19 damage.
The dragon turns to you in utter shock at like this amazing attack that you make on it. And it looks like it's about to turn and like try to fuck you up, but then it shakes its head and flies away. Happy, do you want to continue hanging on to the rope and go with the dragon? I'll let you know right now because I'm a benevolent and loving DM. If you do this, you will be separated from the group for quite some time.
Quite some time? Oh, no.
Yeah, this dragon's flying away from the ship.
We'll have to... If I...
Is it narrative?
Sorry, go on.
Is it narratively interesting?
That's a good question, actually.
I mean, it could very well be, but it would definitely split the party. And
is that...
Will it be painful?
Want to exclude Happy?
Will it be switching back
and forth?
Will we be switching back a lot too? Because that might be annoying as well, like back and forth.
Yeah, it's up to. I think it's interesting. Like it is an interesting possibility. I don't know how much you'd want to do this, but I actually do have like a plan in mind for if you decide to go with the dragon. So don't worry too much just yet. Just bear in mind that if you do this, it will complicate the story quite a bit.
Can I react before Happy leaves? I don't want to do anything to the dragon, but I want to give something to Happy.
Oh, yeah, sure. I love that.
All right, I take the ship out of the backpack and I throw it to her so that she can see what we're doing on the...
Cool.
Oh.
Yeah, Happy, if you wish to leave, you can have this model ship.
Do you as a player...
Well, we're going to have to track...
I'm just concerned that you're going to be sitting out for like an entire session.
You're also going to have to track down Anna Marie anyways. This doesn't save us any time, I think.
Yeah.
Because we can't... Yeah, let me just leave it. Like, what? Will it really save us time? I guess you could, like, sending me. I'm trying to think.
Good, yeah.
I would probably go, but you live your own life, Happy. I believe in you.
All right, I'll hang on. Fuck it. I'll hang on to the grapple.
Hooray! Thank you for saving Anna Marie from being eaten by a dragon.
Cal Severe, if you want to join in with Happy, I'll tell you can join in right now, and there's a way that you can do it. You action surge.
Oh my god! Yeah, I want to action surge.
All right. Cal, if you want to join on with Happy, you guys can find out what happens with that here.
Yeah, I'm gonna action surge. So I've thrown my hook, it misses. I've thrown my hook, it misses. And I scream in rage and I run and I grab onto the very end of the hook and I have this very long swing around because I'm a lot heavier than Tiny Cat Happy because I'm wearing like half plate or something.
Nice. Right. As this ship, as Anna Marie is like being grabbed by the dragon in its mouth now, like not like being bit, but just like stored in the mouth type of thing. You guys are holding on as this thing flies in the opposite direction as the ship. The ship immediately begins to descend, not like it's crashing, but it's definitely going to stop in a clearing somewhere here in this jungle. And as it's stopping, you can actually see off into the distance, the dragon is flying towards a giant keep in the mountain.
Oh, does telepathy have a maximum range?
It does, 70 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as like you jump on, like the dragon moves 80 feet for free, and it is going to start using its action to get even faster here. All right. Well, we've split the party, everybody.
That is the best thing to do in D&D.
As you guys drop to the bottom, you collapse on. So Happy and Cal, I'll let you know what you guys will be doing. Actually, you know what? Let's pause the action here. So
I continue praying to Nyare the whole way over the ocean.
Here is how this is going to work. You have now split yourself up in what is the most expensive part of Shadeful that we've ever done. So you guys are not the only people in this area. You are not alone. To this end, there will be two groups. So Team Vonari, Wielder, and Isaac, you will be assisted by two new friends that you will meet during this adventure.
Hooray.
Team
but
Happy.
who's gonna play them though?
Team Happy and Calsevere, you will be assisted by three new friends as you are separated from your group.
Hold on. Are you saying we have to find 5 new people to play with us right now?
Everyone, we will cross this bridge when we come to it, but before next session, I am going to need everyone here to make a new character.
Hooray.
Yes, I'm so glad we split the party then.
What level are they gonna be?
2.
These new guys will all be level 6.
Okay.
So relatively in the range.
Wow. This is a cool opportunity.
It is. It's a very cool opportunity. So here is basically the prompt for what's going on here. You will find out very quickly in the story, but out of story, who knows? But out of the story, who knows? I'm just going to tell you right now. Why did I say that? Out of story, Jokwrub is the guy who opens up all the portals that leads to the quarantine zone. Because Jokwrub is weak, he can die and open up portals all the time.
Oh.
Jokwrub is a walking trap.
Oh my goodness.
And he traps people in his inner sanctum, which is 1,000 times more developed than anyone else's inner sanctum. It's basically an entire world. There are people that have lived in here for years and years, all trapped under his influence, where he acts as the king of this place. So...
Yeah, I knew not to underestimate 3U.
Are these level 6 characters that we're going to make have any shade pool sickness stuff?
No, the people that you're going to play are people that happen to be immune to shade pool. So these characters that you create are people that have at some point attempted to stop the acts of the preacher and have been imprisoned in this jungle forever.
Okay, that's cool. Okay.
Which means
Yeah,
his
because
house is bringing another
we
quarantine
heard
zone.
about this. We heard of like other bishops even going and trying to stop him, and they
Yeah,
couldn't
and
do it.
Capri also
Well, this means
sent
that we can
people.
stop the plague now. We can close all the portals after we get back.
Yeah, so Group Vonari, which I'm going to call the Shipwrecked, you guys are going to be in the jungle working with people that basically have escaped Jokwrub's capture and are now living out in the jungle trying to find a way to escape this place. On the other hand, Team Prison Break are being taken by this dragon to Jokwrub's base and promptly imprisoned, where you will try to break out.
Oh, that's why he has a ship, so he can see when people get on there and dispatch the dragon. Fuck.
Yep.
Well, now we have the ship, so we can go there to like
The
signal
other one's
each other.
destroyed.
Yeah, so that's the other thing that I wanted to say. Because you destroyed this other model ship, Jokwrub's ability to deal with individuals has been actually quite a bit lessened. It's profoundly funny that you guys accidentally made this mission easier for yourself.
What would have happened if we destroyed both?
You guys would have been free falling, which would have not been good for you.
Yeah, but we have the other ones. Jokwrub can't monitor it at all.
Well,
That's
I
true.
guess-
If you theoretically, like, if you can repair this somehow, you would then have like an airship.
Oh,
No,
it's-
we have the repaired one already, don't we?
Yeah, it's not working anymore. It's gently floating to the ground as it's lost its propulsion.
Oh. But the model still shows the ship, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The model still shows the ship, so
Although the model's going to the prison now, so they could confiscate it.
Nah, they won't do that.
Happy can hide it. Happy's got sleight of hand.
Yeah, Happy's
But
good.
that's beside the point, everyone. Let's focus on the real point, which is we'll now have a 10-minute break as I need to reconfigure all of my plans for this arc.
oh, there's-
As per usual with us.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
about
dear.
time.
Actually, I
that
feel like this is
happened.
one of the first times that we've just completely screwed over their plans. A lot of the
Don't
times
worry,
they
we
have
did
it
it
done.
last
It
campaign.
seems completely different.
Last campaign we did something very similar.
It was my
See.
fault last
Well,
time.
we just kind of skipped the arc and then went to a different arc.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys-
and
I
then
felt
went
like,
back and resumed that one.
Like Pog tried to foreshadow something, we went so hard into the foreshadowing, we accidentally did something irreversible and just like had to do the next arc early.
Cool.
All right,
100
let's have a
level.
10-minute break while I figure out how we make this work. In the meantime, if Happy and Calcivier, sorry, if Jazz and Rhodey could very quickly create level 6 characters.
Yeah, I was deciding what class to play. If you have any suggestions, I was thinking Paladin, but I'm open to suggestions.
I was just
Someone
about
that's
to say
good in
Paladin.
Force.
Forests.
I don't know.
I was thinking of playing Druid because I don't ever want to play Druid for an extended period, but having some exposure would be cool.
Paladin has Fine Steed,
At level
and you
6?
can cast it at 6th.
Oh.
And Fine Steed is cool because your smite spells have a target of you, which means that your horse also gets a smite.
Oh yeah.
Which means you can do some weird holy bullshit.
This does seem like one of the occasions where we might be able to do mounted combat. Okay, I'm thinking either Druid, Monk, or Paladin. What does Monk do at 6?
I'm probably gonna play either Warlock or Druid, but I'm not gonna think too hard about it because it's like temporary characters.
The only other time I've had a campaign was in Pathfinder where we split the party and people have made different characters for the two parties. And it quickly burned to the ground and died. And that campaign did not last.
Just too much going on. I don't think it'll last very long. It's the thing because we just gotta kill Jokwrub and that's it.
Across this gigantic fucking world to get to his keep.
Gong of the Summit. You can
So we
shatter.
could have killed him just like fucking any time.
Yeah, but you'd have to be prepared for...
Shade Pool.
Ooh, Kensei.
Kensei does get to use weird weapons.
I do like weird weapons.
I think there's a Tasha's option that lets you choose what a monk weapon is. So you get to choose 5 weapons and then become monk weapons, which means you can choose guns.
I
And then
see.
you can. This is the idea behind my gun monk, the gun frog. He would be he would use that feature to take guns as a monk weapon, and then he'd shoot people, and then flurry to like knock them down. Yeah, he'd teleport behind you, flurry to knock you down, and then shoot you in the face. That was it.
I don't want to play monk. I've decided. I looked at a bunch of monk features and I don't want them. I feel like playing a druid or I feel like playing a paladin. I like paladin. Paladin is cool.
I could play the gun monk.
All right. New. Create a character.
Fuck, I wish I had my new gun though.
Standard.
Wait, how long did we wait before this arc? Do I have my new gun? I don't know how long it took.
Not on your sheet, you didn't get. Because we're doing days at a time, so we slowed down.
Yeah.
I could play Druid of Spores. That seems like it would be appropriate for Shade Pool. That would be cool.
That's cool. You get to do mushroomy stuff.
Mushroom.
We've met dudes like that before. First campaign.
Creature uses the zombie stat block.
Ooh, zombie stat block, not a great stat block.
No. It has 1 hit point.
Yeah.
And yeah.
When it dies, it does get to make a con save, and if it passes, it doesn't die.
What? It says it remains animate for an hour, after which time it collapses and dies. Unless you're saying if it gets punched after it has 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to crit a zombie to kill it, or you have to do so much damage that it fails its con save, but it has really high con.
Fascinating. I don't care about that. Beast form. Well, I feel like beast form. Yeah, wild shape is a bonus action.
I'll be right back then.
Beast form is strictly non-combat unless you're a moon druid. Like, you can beast form in combat, but it's not gonna be good.
Oh, okay. Well, at 6th level specifically, you can play a CR4 or CR2 creature. CR4 would be pretty good. I don't know if CR2 beasts are any good.
They're kinda not.
Not? Alright, well, probably not playing druid then, because that was my whole idea.
If you want to do moon druid, that gets a higher CR.
Yeah, that's what I was reading, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, if you're looking at moon druid, that's good CR then.
Okay, so it says at 6th level, you can transform into a beast with CR equal to druid level div 3. So that would be level 2.
Yeah.
Or CR2?
Yeah.
I don't know what CR2 beasts are.
I'll filter on D&D Beyond and show you. Game rules, monsters, beast, challenge range.
CR2 wild shape. The only medium CR2 beast is a swarm.
Does it have to be medium?
I don't know.
No, it can be large. There's like cave
Apparently
bears.
there's huge.
Cave bears do like 21 damage rounds.
I mean, that's not perfect, but it's something. Challenge range 2 through 2.
Hunter sharks. We're in the ocean.
I could be a shark, yeah. Oh, I could show up as a shark. I could be like something big. I'm a shark.
Yeah, there are some great things. Like the versatility that Druid gives you is great. Swarm of poisonous snakes is.
Swarm of maggot. Okay, so what about an elk? Is an elk good? Oh, there's probably
Rhinoceros. Quetzalcoatlus. Coatlus? Oh, this is a funny stat block. But the Quetzalcoatlus is flying and dives at least 3 feet towards the target and then hits with a bite attack. The attack deals an extra 10 damage. Flyby, the Quetzalcoatlus does not provoke an attack of opportunity when it flies.
Oh, I could play a weird race too, like Furball or something. I don't care about this part.
The characters we build are probably going to become like characters in Shadepool because we're rescuing them all.
Special kind of arc.
6 animal forms by CR. Okay, the good ones are Constrictor Snake and Quetzalcoatlus. So let's look at this.
Grung! Oh, we can't beat Grung unless Pong buys the book. I was gonna buy it for him when I was planning to play Grung, but...
Ooh,
Maybe gonna be like
Quetzalcoatlus
a
fly.
north fucking.
We're gonna live here forever. This is a campaign now, it's a sandbox. We
Yeah.
can't get out, so we just live here.
I can do dive attacks that deal 6d6 plus 2 damage.
That is quite a lot of damage.
It's, I think I only get one of them, and it has a +4 to hit.
Ooh. It's not as great.
Yeah,
but
that's
your
not really-
proficiency bonus, it goes up, so it's +5.
Wait.
You don't use the creature's proficiency bonus, use yours.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's fine. And you don't modify the stat block at all, right? You just get the...
You get the creature, but I'm pretty sure the proficiency bonus is yours.
Is this the time where we suggest burning down the whole forest?
How would that help? We can burn down the whole forest if it finds out that there's like evil things in it.
I'm sure we're going to get attacked in this. Otherwise,
We
it would
haven't
just
even
be
seen the
you guys
forest yet, we're
walked
just
for
in the
3
bush."
days.
You choose whether your equipment falls to the ground in your space, merges into your uniform, or is worn by it.
Oh, wild shape, yeah.
I'm actually so freaking excited about the
Okay, so what else does a druid do? They cast stuff? They have spells, and that's about it, right? Spells...
Yeah,
Spells,
the
wild
wild
shape and
And that's
channel and a special kind of ability.
depending on how you build it, you might like seldom even cast spells if you like go full into the wild shape stuff.
Well, unless you're
Yeah,
a
I'm
moon
looking
druid,
at-
it's really not worth.
Yeah, I was looking at Circle of the Moon. And like the giant constrictor snake is apparently one of the very best ones, and it doesn't seem like something that I really want to be doing with my time. So I think I'm going to be playing a paladin.
As an
Oh,
absolute jabroni, I thought to myself, there's no earthbind, so they can't deal with this dragon.
I mean, I don't have it prepared.
Yo,
If I had managed to spider climb onto it.
don't worry, guys. C3, you guys are gonna have a druid.
I don't
Did you
think
really
we
expect
were
we would
ever
just do
supposed
nothing
to
and let-
win that.
Let Irene get taken away? Or, and Marie?
Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You underestimate the Rising. That's something that the aspects do too, and they're all dead, so...
Well,
watch
it's our
yourself.
way. It's our way out of there. Like I think it's very scary not to leave it. You know what I mean?
I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking, hey, Anna Marie's my friends.
Well, it's our way out of there, and like we might end up spending a month. Like depending on how the passage of time is gonna be way different.
yeah. There
I
are
was
people who've
thinking
lived
was-
here for like years. Like,
If they've lived here for years, then that means in the real life, like I mean, like outside of Shadepool, they've been here for what, like an extra year or two, even.
who knows?
Scary.
All I was really thinking was when we got separated from Cal had a really bad time, and I don't want that to happen again to another one of our friends.
All right. Well, everyone, welcome to the jungle.
So we're like on this
You go-
boat, right? The boat's like
Finding-
near a jungle?
Yep. The boat is losing all of its forwards momentum and just slowly descending.
Oh.
We're still like in the
And
room now.
do we see any land masses?
Yeah, you're. So this is an airship. So you are
Oh.
just slowly descending onto a clearing.
Is there any steering mechanisms on this ship?
That was a water ship.
There's like a wheel and everything. Right now, this is theater of the mind because there's not really anything that you can do on this ship per se.
And guys,
Or
You
the
can't
have-
fix it and take it home.
Big force and stuff.
Yeah, if you were to try to like steer it, you would find the controls aren't working.
Oh, we have to figure out why.
But
it broke.
it's safely descending to the
Yeah.
ground.
It's safely descending. They don't
Like
want
when
to
Levitate
like
runs out.
crash this ship. Yeah,
Wheeler,
it's like a slow fall basically.
Wielder, why is this ship not working? Did we do something to it?
Can I take just a look at the wheel, just see if the problem's there? Like if it's not connected to the rudder.
Give me a magic technology check.
Can I cast Revivify on the ship to revive it?
Wow.
9.
If you cast
9.
Shatter on the problem, then there's no more problem.
I thought Fireball
You
fixes every problem.
realize after looking at this ship that, first of all, this ship is pretty well made, and you realize that this is even better than the model ship. Like, it seems like the model ship is just an approximation of this, and this is like the real ship. It's a perfect recreation of an Ismailan sloop, but this has been given a bunch of extra features in order to make it function as an airship.
Is this...
Airship technology is not particularly advanced, but it does involve a bunch of rare materials. This guy's like a shipwright, basically.
Is this a recreation of an Ismailan ship, Hog, or is this actually an Ismailan ship retrofitted?
It's one or the two, and you don't know which one. There's no way of really telling per se, unless you happen to know. So it could be possible that Jokwrub was like just a shipwright for the Ismailan military, and he took it. He could have just made it. You don't know. But it is a dead ringer for an Ismailan sloop, which is something that Calcivir would have got with their history check, but Calcivir's not here.
Yeah, hi, Cal. I mean, you want to...
How far up are we?
Fairly far up, but descending 60 feet per 6 seconds.
Can you like fix
We're
it?
gonna
I
land-
really want to crash.
I don't think we're going to crash. I think we're just going to land.
Yeah, you're going to
Without
land into a
control.
clearing.
A crash is whenever you
Okay,
land and you
clearing.
don't want to. That is the definition of a crash. I did
So-
not want
Can
to be
I
involved in
see
an
any
airplane crash.
landmarks?
Well, it also involves damage. I don't think
So,
this thing is going to get damaged.
looking around, from this vantage point, you can see that there's a large sort of lake to your southeast. To the south, you can see that there seems to be some sort of like a temple. To your west, you are able to see that there's a mountain range, and the tallest of the mountains has a giant tower built on it. This is where the dragon is going. To the northwest, you're able to see that there's actually a town. And to the northeast, this town is in a desert, by the way. The desert is protected by the mountain range. And to the northeast, you're able to see that there appears to be another temple in the midst of this jungle.
What's the color palette like? Is this like a normal place, or is it shade pool black and gray?
This seems to be like a normal place as well. However, there is a lot of shade pool black and gray spread throughout.
If I don't know if we're off the ship or not yet. If I pluck a blade of grass, does it scream in pain and agony?
No, you're not off the ship yet. It's still descending.
Okay.
Could you list out what was in each direction? Like in text? Or...
Yeah, I'll go over briefly here, and then I'll also just type it out. So, starting from the northwest, to the northwest, there is what appears to be a temple and a town. To the northeast, you can see what appears to be another temple and what looks like an enchanted forest. I was just getting to that part. To the
Enchanted?
south, yes, to the southeast, fairly close by, there's a lake and some rivers coming off the mountain range that lead into this lake. To the south, you are able to see that there is a temple. Finally, to the west is the mountain range, and on top of the mountain range is where the dragon is going, as well as a large tower. There are 3 temples in total. They are to the northeast, northwest, and to the south. There is a tower to the west, and there's a desert to the northwest and north.
Okay.
And there you have it.
Do those temples have any obvious religious signage?
Unclear. You are too far away.
Can we estimate how far it is to that tower in the direction that the dragon is going?
The tower is about as far away as like the temple to the northwest and to the northeast. The temple to the south is the closest, but the closest landmark to you is like the lake.
But how far is it? Like a day's travel, or like super far away? Very rough estimate.
It seems like it's about 5 days travel away. However, you would also have to scale a mountain, so it could be even more.
Yeah.
And a straight line path to the west. What does that pass through?
A straight line path to the west?
Yeah, are we going along the range? Is that how it's working, or is the range at a 90-degree angle?
So you would be basically perpendicular to the range. The range kind of fans out. Kind of looks like, here, let me kind of briefly draw it here. So the range kind of goes like this, and then you have the desert up here. You're not in the right map for this. So this is sort of like the mountain range. Your clearing is about here, and you're just moving in this direction and descending like this. The desert is all up here. I don't know, desert. D for desert. And you can see there's a lake like here. There's a temple here. Temple here. Temple here. And then over here is your tower.
Okay, well,
so
Rivers
it's
go from,
flat ground there. The forest isn't in the way of that, or does the forest extend?
Of the way, basically, you are in a clearing, and all around you is the jungle.
Okay.
So, I mean, if Wheeler's not able to get the ship working again, we should probably head to the town and see if there's, people here. I mean, it doesn't look like Shadepool. Maybe there's people.
Did the town look like it was abandoned or still active?
You cannot tell from this distance.
Okay.
I have a good feeling about people being there.
Do we remember how much time passed when we was in regular Shadepool?
There was some sort of a time dilation effect, but it was much, much less pronounced than Deep Shadepool. Like, you would be in there and you would come out and it would be like morning, for example.
Right. These distances are weeks.
Okay, Happy's eyes are kind of crappy.
We're gonna miss the fucking meeting.
She doesn't have glasses or anything, so. Are we going to the town definitely? Is that what we're doing?
The northwest?
The town would be to the northwest, and it would extend into basically the desert.
I'm asking that in character. Are we going to the town?
Shouldn't we go straight to the tower? The town seems like a large
Probably to go around the
detour.
mountains.
Yeah, plus we have to go around the mountains.
As you guys are starting to descend down, you can see that there are a few people in this clearing area that are now watching you from the ground. Some of them have weapons, but they don't appear to be hostile.
I'm thinking we should leave a message for Happy. I managed to get her that model airship so she can see anything we write on the deck real big.
What do these people look like?
There's...
Bless you.
Sorry. There are humanoids. It's hard to tell because they're on the ground as you're descending, but you can see that they're armored in some ways. Some of them have weapons, some of them don't, but they're just kind of watching you as you're descending here.
Can we rave?
Yeah, you could try to wave at them if you'd like.
Okay, I do that.
Hey. One of them drops their weapons and nods at you from the ground as you're slowly beginning to approach them.
They just wait for us to do something?
Yeah, they're just waiting to see how you will respond. Like, are you hostile? What's going on here?
Yeah, we're on the ground now.
You are descending, basically.
Well, I'm gonna take some of the paints from my disguise kit and write, "There's people here. Gonna investigate, then rescue you. See you soon." In really big letters on the ship's deck.
You think they'll show up on the little model?
Yes, because we can see ourselves in the model.
Oh, that's true. I'm giving you inspiration. That's really cool. I love that.
Hooray!
All right. As this ship descends to a stop here, you can see that there's like a large group of people surrounding. And they look up at you. You see one person steps forward, and this person is wearing the Silver Shield uniform. And as they watch up, they nod at you and kind of motion at the gangplank here, just basically to descend to the ship.
But
You can see this person, in addition to the Silver Shield uniform, they have a great sword that has 2 capsule loaders on it.
Ooh, he's a gunblade. The Silver Shield is the people that abandoned Slaypool, right? They joined British Guiana.
Yeah, but this guy.
Yeah, the ones that just
secured long.
Yeah, so try not to keep him updated on current events, or else he might attack us. Hello?
Oh, we should...
We seem to be stranded here.
Many have. Hello. Who are you, first of all?
I'm Leonine.
Leonine?
I'm Vonari from the Church of Alex.
Church of Alex Vodnari. I haven't heard of you, sorry, my apologies.
Does this guy look old?
He looks like relatively old. He sounds like he's like middle-aged, like 40s, 50s.
You're all from Slaypool, right?
Most of us are from Slaypool, yes. Some of us were born here, but those are children and they've not been involved in the party. Are you with the houses?
Well, yeah, we're from the Stonewall. Our leader kind of got sucked up by a dragon. Do you know where we can go to get her back and all our other friends?
Well, we know the tower, right, in the mountain range?
Yes, if you're looking to get to Jokwrub's tower, I wouldn't bother. First of all, we've sent a scouting mission, and the tower itself has some sort of force field protecting it. We imagine that the temples are involved in some way, but anyone who's gone to the temples hasn't really come back. We have a few powerful people, but the strongest among us have been defeated already.
Well, if we're gonna stop the preacher, there's a thing next. I assume you know who the preacher is because you know who Jokwrub is, and also you're in his shade pool home thing.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
I was originally sent to deal with the menace. Me and my squad, I am the only survivor left.
Do you happen to know what year you got trapped in here?
Well, I imagine that some time has passed, given that many other groups have come since here, but I was in the year 964.
What year are we in?
983.
Oh, I'll tell him that. It's 983.
I feel like I've only been here for 8 years, or I imagine my sense of time is slipping. Perhaps we should keep
that's
a
exactly
better
what
calendar.
I was suspecting, was that time in here was actually slower.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Jokwrub's been active for that long. Especially not as an aspect.
Well, how many aspects did you kill before you got trapped? We can trade war stories.
Kill an aspect. You must be mad.
Well, we killed
Oh.
2.
We've already done it twice.
The guy blinks.
Yeah, this is kind of just routine. We're gonna go kill Jocko, right?
Go ahead and give me an intimidation check just to see how convincing you are when you sound like lackadaisy about this.
Intimidation 12.
Wow. He is not convinced that you're capable of doing this, but he is convinced that you're convinced. Now, listen, I was like you before. Jokwrub, he was so easy to take down. I thought, well, I'll just follow him to his base. We got stopped by the force field. It was then that Jokwrub revealed from standing on top of the tower that we would be trapped here forever and that there's nothing we can do to stop him.
Yeah, we were suspicious when he went down one hit, so we just kind of like prepared before we came here.
Hey, Wielder, do you have any of those power cores?
I might have one.
As in,
I
worst case
believe.
scenario, we could use that to get out?
Yeah.
I really need to start taking the Capcom bomb components in other places.
But unfortunately, party members are not with us, so that would be a last resort.
Yeah, I've still got 2.
When Fim kidnapped our Cal before, we got Cal back, and we'll get Cal back again. Don't worry about it.
Hey, I see that you're trying to use a core. We've tried that as well. This looks a
Doesn't
lot
work.
more sophisticated than what I'd imagined. No, it doesn't work. This place is like a black hole. It sucks you back in.
Who are you?
Me? I am Aradine, Bishop of the Stone Wall. That's
Oh.
Silver Shield. So,
Oh,
he's not Stonewall. I've been completely flabbergasted. Not that it really matters anymore. I am now Aradine, leader of the Southern Jungle Alliance.
You guys have like a base or a village since you've been here a while?
Yes, we have a village to the south. It is situated by the lake.
what about the town? Is that like the Northern Jungle Alliance or something? And you're bitterly at war with them?
I wouldn't say bitterly at war with them, but we are in fact coming to blows, yes. To the north, they believe that if they work with Jokwrub, that they will be granted amnesty, and from what I can see, they get a little bit of it. Not all, but a little bit.
Well, that's pretty dumb, but we do know that the aspects would probably try to contact us because they're going to want their aspects back. I mean, we have 2 of the aspects with us.
Well, he takes out his sword. And I'm afraid I must continue my mission.
No, we're good aspects. We killed them and turned the aspects into testaments, and now we're going to like save pool and all that.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
To actually go against the preacher, you have to control the aspects so you can reverse the connection.
Is this whole conspiracy involving a giant egg?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but... He sheaths his sword. There's one thing that I've learned here, and it's that you cannot fight the aspects.
Don't worry, we'll
Come with us.
convince
I
you
will
otherwise.
take you to our village.
Yeah, I'm fine with following you if you guys are.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
And then we should head to that south temple, not waste time. We can verify if it has any connection to the field around the tower or not.
Now, it's about a day's travel to the village from here.
You guys were all just here waiting for our ship to come down?
No,
Why,
we saw the ship activated.
why did it come down? That's kind of weird. I mean, we didn't like hit anything on there.
The ship comes down to bring people. It was the craziest thing I've seen in my life. The red ship just destroyed in the middle of the air. It spread remnants all over. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, we did blow that up a little bit. Sorry. We were just kind of bullying him and blew up his model ships, and it turns out the models are like links to the real ones or something. I don't know.
Could we potentially salvage the parts of the other ship to fix this one?
Ooh, great idea.
Perhaps. But they've been spread throughout. It would be a long journey.
Well, if you have enough people to help.
Our village is 47. This is our advance party. There are stronger people in the village that we have keeping watch. I am one of the 3 strong among us.
Among us.
Well, I mean, we can't get to the tower without killing the temples. We definitely want to kill the temples because we want to get Cal back and Anna Marie, and also Happy, who are people I care about dearly.
We've heard that's unverified. Because none of them have come back from the temples. It is just...
Well, he's a member of the Silver Shield, which means that we could no way distrust him. Nothing wrong has ever happened to the Silver Shield.
The Silver Shield is the first line of defense of Ismaila. If you are the stone wall, you are the last line. It feels good to be amongst my friends.
Yeah, but with the last line thing, well, we're kind of it. I don't think there's anyone else going to be coming through. Creature's almost done with his plans. So it's up to the resources we have here to finish killing Jokwrub so we can move on and kill the other 2 aspects and then take down Lula himself.
If that's really what you think, if you really think that you can defeat these people, I don't want to spend my whole life here. Some people do. I have not given up hope. Perhaps you being here is a sign from the gods.
Particularly from Elise, who is a good god and also one of the best ones, and you should all worship her.
Elise?
Have you heard about Elise? She's one of the newest gods.
You mean from that book?
Yeah, from the book. Hell yeah, high five. I high five him.
I haven't read the book. Should I? Do you have a copy? I could love something to read right about now.
My copy's at home, but after we get back to Slave Pool, I'll tell you all about Elise, and we can have a good Elise party. We got a high priest and everything now.
Safe to assume that it wasn't Elise that led us here. If anyone, it would be Alex.
Yeah, well, Elise is going to lead us out. That's a more important thing than trapping us in the jungle.
I will lead you. But there are some rules that you must follow when you're exploring the jungle.
Oh, because of the giant gorillas?
You're familiar with the gorilla?
What?
He's our friend.
Yes,
Like-
there was
like
a
me?
giant gorilla who had a... Previously, he was considered the king of the Northeast, but he has disappeared one day. We don't know what happened to him.
He's super
oh my
living
God,
in
it was
Slave Pool right now.
Plaguebringer.
I see. Here are the rules. There are certain things that you cannot deal with. Of course, the Great Dragon is one of them. However, Jokwrub's nightmare, this being will occasionally stomp around looking for survivors. Do not attempt to fight it.
What is it?
It looks like a giant wandering. However, as they step around, the trees move as if to avoid being squashed by it. It has 3 eyes. The eye on its forehead can create a laser beam that destroys you in an instant. It is very powerful. I myself have taken a hit from this laser. I am the only one to survive a direct hit. It is powerful. So, certain things you must avoid rather than fighting.
Well, I mean-
Second,
Nightmares heal, right? So we just take pot shots and then run away, and eventually it dies.
he glares at you.
Okay, I'll let you
I-
finish your second thing.
I will not have our last hope throw their lives away in folly. Second, come nighttime, the moon will attempt to speak with you. You must not speak with the moon.
Okay.
Why?
It will attempt to talk you into making a deal with it.
Oh, he is bargaining then.
Third, when we get home, I will give you all a map. Plan your trips. You will need food to survive.
There wildlife in this forest to
He
eat?
nods. There are certain things which are poisonous and others that aren't. When I take you to the village, if you're going to explore the southern temple, I would be glad to have you. If you are to explore the southern temple, I will send you with Cinder and Hero, and they will make sure things are fine. They will tell you what things you mustn't eat.
Any help would be appreciated.
Good. This is sort of an introduction here to our travel mechanics, which are sort of like a beta for Campaign 3. So you will be given a map once you get there, and when you get the map, you will plan a route, and you will plan basically with the terrain that you have, you can determine like what dangers are there, etc., and then use this to make a plan for how you can move about. Pretty simple in theory to explain, but as we get to these things, I'll write them out for you guys. There will also be random encounters based off what terrain you're in and what sort of things can happen. In every terrain, 2 random encounters are possible: encountering the dragon or encountering the giant. You don't want to fight either of them. Maybe you do, but these things are both going to have the advantage if you meet them out in the wild. Like the dragon will just fly around and take pot shots at you with its breath, etc. And last I recall, your best sharpshooter is in the prison, so
Sure is.
you're not
Man,
going to have
that's really unfortunate.
you're not going to have a lot of options for dealing with this dragon, unfortunately, as is. Your second best sharpshooter, however, will be able to shoot the dragon, but it is what it is. Anyway, you are able to get to the village after 1 day with no troubles. They share some food that they have with you here.
Like
there-
8
there's-
hours one day or 24 hours one day?
This is 8 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is probably 2.5 hours in real life.
All right. So, as you guys get to there, 2 things I'd like to address. So, just some bookkeeping for our new friends. One of which is actually friend. So, our new characters. Jazz, if you could just briefly describe your character to everyone here.
Yeah, sure. I went with a glamour bard, and Vashuxi is the race. I'm thinking of going with like a USSR noble that somehow got trapped here for whatever reason.
So you're Triton?
Well, I wonder if a
Sharp
Shusi could do that.
person.
Should I be a
Vish-
Triton or?
Vishushi are like able to be added into the nobility. Yes, they would not be high ranked, but they could potentially marry in.
Okay, cool.
They're seen as like a sister species to the Tritonic royalty, and there are also like different types of royals that aren't Tritonic. They just will never ascend to the throne. Vishushi?
Yeah, like that. I see.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's not in D&D Beyond. That's why I can't find it.
It should be included as part of the campaign there.
Yeah, it should be under the races, but there's a bug Pog you might want to fix later. It's not that big of a deal. It just
Oh, is it?
doesn't do the ability score mods correctly. You have to like manually. do it.
Okay. Well, I'll work on that later. That's beside the point, though. So you are a sea royalty, and you got here essentially because you were trapped here by mistake. Now, here's what I am thinking in regards to this. You were brought along to witness the historic execution only like the sea royalty would be seeing it, but an aspect for the first time was captured, one of the lieutenants of the preacher. And so you were like the nobility overseeing this, and they were so proud to take them down. And as they cut off his head, suddenly everyone gets sucked into this like hellscape.
That's
It was then that your latent abilities finally bore fruit, as it was revealed at this time that you were the only one of your group immune to shade miasma. This is not the happiest things, but you are then rescued by everyone's best friend, who is Calsevir's character. Calsevir, if you'd like to describe your character. Or Calsevir's character. Yeah, Calsevir's playing D&D.
They're like playing D&D with the dragon. They're like, yeah, this is a great game you came up. I like that you named it after yourself. And Smog's all like, I've had a long time to just sit on this mountain and think about.
I have been thinking about how we have dungeons, and I am a dragon, and I thought I would fold it all into the name.
All right, so my character's past is shrouded in mystery. They're this upstanding character who just keeps trying and pushing the people around them to do their best in the face of these difficult circumstances, because they have these goals that are deep set into their mind that are still hard to discern, because they don't know how long they've been here or exactly from whence they came. But they do have a couple of memories that arise late at night, and a couple of like treasured items and phrases that they repeat to themselves. But a mind that's sort of mixed up. And anyway, they have aged skin. They used to be in the sun a lot, so you can see like freckles and wrinkles all over. And yeah, they have a rapier.
Okay, so your character's name is?
My character's name?
Yes.
They introduce themselves to whoever they meet as Hero is my friend.
Hero is my friend.
Yep. Hero is my friend, baby. Next. Jez, could you give your character's name?
Cinder. There's like a weird. I just used a random generator. That's the full name. But
Yeah, so Cinder's like the short form if you don't want to say Cinderella.
Nice. Cinder it is.
Cinderella?
Cinderella.
Ooh,
Wait.
that's That's actually kind of
Cindy?
cool.
Archdemon Cindy?
It's a combination of
Plot
Cinderella
twist.
and Rapunzel.
Holy shit, it kind of is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
When you said Cinder, I was thinking of Cinder from Ruby. Yeah.
I was thinking of Cinderfall, the X-Gen game that never was.
Never was.
Rip.
That super never was.
I feel bad for that. I really wanted to play that game actually.
I never
It
gave
was
a shit
supposed to.
about
It was
Cinderfall.
supposed to integrate Xcash into its mechanics. That's why Xcash was created.
That would have been a bad idea.
That was an
Cash was not a great mechanic.
I loved Xcash because I think I had the most of anyone.
Tango's baby.
All right, and let anyone else have some things that will alienate our entire viewer base.
Yeah.
In 1 week. So next Saturday, it will be exactly 17 years since I signed up to XGen.
But that forum doesn't exist anymore, so.
Yeah, it really sucks.
God, it's been that long? That's depressing.
17, October 24th, 2004.
Why do you remember that? Why do
I
you
have
remember
no
the
idea
day
what
you
that
joined?
is.
Because it's the day after one of my friends' birthdays, and so
Oh,
those are
okay.
mixed up in my mind.
I sure don't remember when I joined.
I wish I
Oh.
remember when I joined.
April or something of like 26.
I didn't even know
So-
what year I joined.
The next morning, you get up, you go for a long march here, and there you come to a village on the northeastern shore of this lake. You can see it is like a small village, like there's very few people. However, there are two like young children that have grown up in here. And
Like we can tell they were born here. This is all they've ever known.
basically, yes. You can't like tell like immediately, but you have been told that they were born there, and like seeing how young they are, you're like, yeah, of course
No
they were born here.
education.
Mhm.
Hey, they've been educated before.
What's
When
the like state of the buildings and stuff?
the buildings are like basically like shacks that have been made, they're decent, like they're good for what they are, but it's not like
Mhm.
a very civilized area. Like these are huts and things that have been set up around. They do actually have like some farming area that they've set up near the lake, and it's overall like a pretty nice place.
Why doesn't the dragon just burn this all down?
The dragon could maybe burn this all down. First of all, it's a green dragon, so it doesn't do that.
Oh.
But this place is basically hidden underneath the trees. That's part of like why the houses are built that way, is they camouflage very nicely. They use leaves of trees for the roofing. They use the wood. It's really hard to determine the trees from these houses, which are all sort of dug into the ground and fairly small. And also, it's unclear like what the dragon would get out of like hunting these people down and burning them.
Why don't you kill all the people that are stuck here and could potentially fuck things up?
Maybe. But it's not like a large village or anything, right? Like there's not enough people that would.
They're farming hopelessness. That's why the dragon doesn't kill them all.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. But these people don't seem hopeless. Like they've resigned themselves to this fate, but they don't seem like their life is miserable. Anyway, let me direct you to the actual map of this area. Now that you are able to get an actual map of this area.
Hey.
So you've went to the southeast here from this clearing, of which I'm going to put like a ship. Put like a little shippy ship token. Do I have a ship? I think I have a ship.
So
Oh,
I see
God,
the three
each
temples, I
X
think.
is
And I see
8
the
hours.
tower. I see the Northern Alliance. I don't see the Southern Alliance.
Got
Ta-da.
like 3 or 4 weeks until the meeting. So you triple that roughly for how time seems to change in here, maybe.
Gonna be a pretty shitty
We
meeting.
might
with
have
only
like
two
3
aspects.
months at most.
Yeah, so here's your ship, which I didn't put here on purpose because, you know, well, first of all, they're not going to put like on the map where their secret base is. That would just be absurd. But here's where the base is for you guys.
Yeah.
And
All right.
the rising I will have represented with a pin
Hooray!
that you can all control.
You'll need
Cool.
2 pins.
Yep. So here's Team Shipwreck.
They're probably gonna stay in the tower and just fuck up his stuff from the inside. I don't know what their plans are.
Yeah, who knows?
Pins are awkward.
Ooh. You should be able to rotate. And there's Team Jailbreak. Technically, they're in this hex, even though they're like on top of the tower. So yeah, there's the map of the area. You guys come to one of the huts where you can see that there is like an old woman here. She's human. She has darker skin, and she's just like preparing food for everybody here, cutting up some vegetables. And they have a giant rabbit that they've cut up. This rabbit is roughly your size, but it's like a rabbit. Like it's not a rabbit folk or anything. It's just a giant rabbit.
What's up with the rabbit? Jokwrub seems to be obsessed with rabbits. Is that why you're eating rabbits?
We're eating rabbits because there's a rabbit here.
Well, we know that the inside of an aspect's mind has to do with things that they're obsessed with. Maybe Jokwrub's just obsessed with rabbits for some reason.
Maybe. A bunch of rabbits start showing up. Hero caught this one.
Wait, when did the rabbits start showing up?
I don't know. I don't keep track. We don't have any calendars, nothing like that.
Was it like a few weeks ago or a few years ago?
I don't know a damn thing about that. Sorry.
Okay.
Maybe it was like a few months ago. Hard to say for certain.
I think he thinks that we like rabbits. Like he keeps like defacing our stuff and like putting rabbit signs on them. I don't know. Weird guy.
You see, like, the kids are like all out playing. They have like a ball that they've created, and they're just kicking the ball around. It's 2 kids, and they're like playing soccer with each other. Other people are going about their business. And at this moment here, you can see that the other 2 are brought in. So that is Hero and Cinder. All right, I've brought them to you, everyone.
A pleasure to meet you. Vonari of the Church of Alex.
Cinder, you would recognize them as the Kovath family is like a noble family.
Oh, of the Kovath family?
That's right, yes.
Well, nice to meet you. I am Cinder of the USSR. I'll extend a hand out.
Cinder, you shall have to introduce us.
The palm's gonna be like facing down when I extend it out, like I'm expecting it to be.
I'll shake your hand.
Well,
Are you
Not
friends
kissing your
with
hand.
them? Have
I see your family has not taught you etiquette. In either case, I am Cinder, and this is Hero.
Hello.
They've saved my life, and because of that, I am indebted to them.
I'm Leonine of the Leo family.
I'm
it is my
Wielder.
deepest pleasure to be indebted to
It's a new
all
double family.
survivors.
You probably haven't heard of them. They came around after you got trapped. Leonine Leo, at your service.
I'm
And I
Wielder
at yours,
of the
Leonine.
stone wall.
The stone wall. Interesting.
By the way,
Tell me of this great machine that you have brought with you.
your character, by the way, Cinder, you were gone on the year 973. So at the time that you were gone, the stone wall was nothing. Like they were just people were considering, should we just get rid of them?
Just gonna say something like that. Is the stone wall still a dilapidated wreck, Wielder?
Should ask the Copper Quill that.
Copper quill.
Oh,
This is an incredible
stone ball is no
invention that
longer
you
the
have
lowest
brought with
ranking
you. It
house.
speaks.
Never seen a Warforged before.
I
What
assure
is
you,
a
Hero,
Warforged?
He's
Probably
even one of
not
the
a whole
older
lot of
models.
those underwater.
it is no construct. I assure you, Hero. It is a living, breathing person.
It breathes? What does it breathe?
I don't breathe, but I do live.
One
He
of the
does breathe,
kids.
though.
Ooh, hold on, which one's the Vishushi? Is that Jas or
Yeah,
Rui?
Jazz is the Vishushi. As this happens, one
Okay.
of the kids kicks the ball into this hut by accident. Hero, give me a reflex save.
A reflex save coming up.
Yeah.
That's dexterity save?
Yeah, dexterity.
Let me refresh this page because I think that I broke the extension. Please select the features and traits tab. Okay, there we go.
All right, this ball is coming, and you can either kick it back, grab it, or whatever you'd like. What would you want to do with this ball?
So Hero hears the kick happen. There's this sound wave before it arrives, and realizing the only trajectories that it could take are sort of it bounces off of the door frame a bit, and so it's clearly going from their foot to halfway up the door frame, and it's aiming for their head, and they just reach up their hand to grab it out of the air, and they sort of stumble on their left foot. They sort of shift to the side of it and then turn it over and say, "Tim, come here."
Hey.
Fine. Hero, you're such a good goalie.
You have a great responsibility to the people here. We are trying to survive. Please be careful around all individuals, especially our new esteemed guests.
Oh yeah, I saw them. Who are you guys?
Well, this is a Warforged, and they have brought this artifact of war to help us in our great quest.
Wow, what's war?
War is a vicious creation by humans. Parrot no mind.
I don't think you
Okay.
can blame that one just on humans.
I suppose
I'm
the
fine with
elves
it.
were the first to war.
As the only human here, I'm fine with it.
Tim's a goblin, by the way. Tim's a goblin, and then the other kid who hasn't been named yet. Who wants to name the other kid?
Jokwrub 2.
No,
That's a terrible
No.
idea. Let's make
Veto.
Peace.
Let's call him
Oh,
Chasm.
you gotta use the same name that we use for
Chasm.
every other person.
no.
Taika.
Taika.
Bill.
I like Taika, actually. Tim and Taika. It's really good. Yeah, Taika is a
Yeah.
gnome.
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi. I don't know what
Are you
that
sure
is.
it's not gonna be like Daniel? Or Danny? Or Dan?
That's-
No.
Or Danielle?
He directs Marvel.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Oh, Tim, you're in so much trouble. Hey, shut up! So, can I have my ball back?
I believe that it is of the correct bearing for you to be more responsible with this in the future.
Yeah.
I think that it would be appropriate for you to learn a lesson. And
Does that mean I
Hey.
get the ball? Is it my ball now?
Hero puts the ball up on a shelf really high up in the building.
The two kids just dejectedly slunk out of the room.
Oh.
Return it to them when they've forgotten, if I forget.
Shit, how do I cast Mage Hand without everyone noticing?
Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand.
Probably very easily. Are you going
Oh,
to do
can
it
I do that?
immediately or in 5 seconds?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, immediately. 16.
Pretty sure I'm gonna see this.
All right,
It's not an
Hero
auto
and
fail, is it?
Hero and Cinder, go ahead and roll in opposed perception to see if you notice this.
I'm supposed to have 6 proficiencies. I've remade this character once, and I appear to have selected a duplicate proficiency at some point, so this
Yeah,
should
I
be a
totally
plus
see.
2.
You have
Okay.
a bazillion perception.
I sure
Wow.
do.
Wait, that's
And the
Venari.
robes.
Yeah, that's Venari.
That's not correct.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, Venari notices. Cinder, do you care? Actually, that's a good question. Would Cinder care? You may never know.
Cinder care, sorry, about what exactly?
The
He
ball.
gives their ball back with invisible mage hands.
You give the ball back?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, whatever. Let him have the ball.
Okay, so Venari, Venari, you notice that Isaac does just quickly calls attention to himself to look away from the shelf, and then uses his mage hand at the same time to just pick it up off the shelf and roll it out of the broom.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine with Fenrir.
All right, Hero
just
has
wanna
no
know.
idea.
Sorry, hero. Your discipline
Okay.
is ruins.
Fix my character sheet.
Taika notices this ball and sneaks it,
Oh.
picks it up, and then the two of them just run away.
You literally you just changed the character. They just said they
Big
fixed the
kids.
character sheet after you gave the ball back. Forever changed the hero.
The hero now has more perception.
I was intending to have more perception, but I've made this character sheet 3 times now. So I'm supposed to have 6 different what are they called? Proficiencies, but I only had 5 because I selected what was this?
The same one twice,
Persuasion
I would
twice.
Mhm. Okay. Well, it is what it is.
Wouldn't be enough in this case, anyways.
Aradine
No,
is
no
in the
way.
room as well. Aradine just comes back. He has tea for everyone. They have these wooden cups that they serve everything out of. They're smoothed over, so it's not like there's any danger of a splinter or anything. These are white leaf teas, by the way. They're very good for your digestion, and they heal quite a bit. Diseases, things like that.
Wait, you have a source of the white material? This grows here?
Yes, it grows on some of the trees. It's called white leaf.
Very
Well,
incredible.
it cures the plague, so that's pretty important.
Plague? What's that?
What a pride.
And it's in this moment you realize everyone in this village is immune to shade miasma.
Wait, we're talking to the guy who found us on the airship, right?
Yeah, Aradine.
Okay. Well,
Wait,
they've been opening these portals around the city that lets the essence of this place out, and not everyone's immune to it like we are. Some people die horribly. Most people die horribly.
Yes, we're aware. That's what Jokwrub does. He lets himself get killed and then traps people in here.
Well, on the other side, it makes things worse there too. If we can get a large crop of this, we could heal a lot of people in Slaypool.
Pog, did my retinue die in Shade Pool due to the miasma, or
Yep.
that explains what happened to my retinue. There was more than me at a certain point down here.
Yeah, they just suddenly all start getting sick and growing hands on their body. They mark out where you can find white leaf, by the way, on the map. Aradine does.
Is
So
it
far away.
is it a common thing or is it rare?
White leaf? It's quite rare. We have to go very far.
And we must keep stewardship of it quite responsibly, or else it may never grow back again.
How much of it can you harvest in the week or two you have before we kill Jokwrub and this place goes away?
You plan to kill Jokwrub?
Well, not kill him, but take his aspect out. I mean, Jokwrub and the aspect are different things.
I don't particularly care what you do to the individual. String him up, I don't care, but
To move one hex in this map will take 1 day.
8 hours.
Okay.
Right?
1 day. Okay.
Right.
But I mean, how do you intend to do so? Very slippery fellow, from what I can surmise.
Well, I mean, I got this gun, and then I shoot him full of holes, and then the aspect goes away, and we take it for ourselves, and we lock Jokwrub up in jail.
Let me guess, you're also with the Stonewall, are you not?
Yeah.
Yes, your competence shows.
Oof.
Now,
Stonewall's pretty great now.
Listen, I don't know if these people are telling the truth, but they tell me that they have taken out an aspect, Cinder.
We've taken out 2. The 5th and 4th aspects.
I know you're telling the truth, but I just want to see if my character believes you or not. May I roll insight? Sorry, Pog.
Go ahead.
Interesting.
I guess you can't get a read.
I guess not. Right down the middle, almost. Yeah.
I mean, we're not lying, so.
I know. Yeah. Pray tell, how'd you kill these aspects? And
Shot him full of holes.
Well,
I
Fury,
went through exhaustive detail about
aspect
that.
of rage, we ambushed in the streets.
Oh, you killed them in the streets, did you? You
Well,
laid
just
them
that
flat in the mortal realm.
Yeah, and then we went into the portal and we killed them in their sanctum.
For Fim or Garizik, the aspect of sorrow is a much more difficult process.
I
Chasing
remember
him
seeing
around.
him. He looked quite like Wielder. That man, Fim.
Well, he's dead now, and I don't know what the aspect of depression was transformed into, but
He appeared in the moon one day, Fim.
In the moon.
So, yes, the moon speaks to you. I warned you about this. Sometimes it will have a face and it will talk to you.
That's right.
creepy.
Well, you shouldn't
one
see
day-
him ever again.
One day it was Fim instead of the usual people or the unknown. He introduced himself. He said he was Fim, and that he promised that there would be some sort of a salvation in the jungle for us. That was when the White Leaf showed up.
Huh.
Aw.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, there were parts of him that cared and parts of him that really did not. I mean, the aspects, once they inhabit a person, they can very easily take that person over. We have to be very careful about how we use them once we take them from their users so that we don't fall ourselves.
Is that what Jokwrub meant?
Oh,
When we attacked the fortress of Jokwrub, they told us, Jokwrub and his troops, they said, we are much greater than the other aspects, because I control my aspect. We are a healthy partnership instead of just one trying to control the other.
that would track. I mean, we killed the two weakest aspects so far. 3U is going to be a bit of an upgrade. And those aspects definitely fight their users.
Well, if you killed Fim, then I'll help as best I can. Perhaps you folks aren't as inept as I initially thought.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty good at our jobs. The people in the moon, did you ever see anyone that looked like this? And then I'll describe what we know of Twire.
No, I haven't seen anything of the sort. Usually they're like monsters, or it's Jokwrub taunting us. And then one time it was that Fim. I remember him fondly.
I guess it wouldn't be. The aspects, the people fight each other, jockeying for position, so I guess it's odd that Fim showed up at all.
God, the grid's changing.
Oh no, the grid's
Right.
changing.
I'm trying to see if I can make the grid keep up.
Redception.
Your
To
hexes
align the
are...
grid. Yeah, it's
Four-sided.
not. Listen, don't worry about it. I really, you know what? I'll do this later off.
Oh, that's so cool! It does it
Oh,
by
there you go.
hexes instead when you use the ruler.
Yeah, I want to get the hexes to be like aligned with the grid. I'll work on it later. I'll do it later though.
Great idea, though. I
Sorry,
think it'll make it a lot more
Kovath.
convenient.
Mhm.
It's just said in my screen that Venari Kovath rolls a stealth check on my D&D Beyonds.
Oh, it's
Wow.
funny.
That was like ages ago.
So, Hero, Cinder, they are going to go to the Southern Temple and attempt to find out if they can weaken this force field with it.
Oh yeah, we're going to have to hurry because the last time the Aspects captured any of our friends, they did take off their legs.
Knowing
Just like-
Jokwrub, it might already be too.
That was also
Might be too
him,
late.
not.
Well,
Background.
Jokwrub's arrogance. He'll try to convince them to join him or try to force them, and we know how to defeat either of those.
Jokwrub's also
But-
hungry. He has certain tastes.
Oh yeah, he does eat people's arms, which is creepy.
Well, we're not sure if he's eating them. He's got them for some reason.
They're in his cold mold storage. That's where you
mean-
keep the food.
Maybe he's feeding the dragon for all we know.
The dragon's not real, it's made of soul meat.
No, the dragon is real.
Looked pretty real to me.
It's not a soul construct like the other things in Shadepool usually are.
Jokwrub has his, we call them jungle nightmares. However, Jokwrub also goes out and brings things into Shadepool. I recall the day that he brought the dragon in.
Oh, well, that sucks. Dragons eat hands?
Maybe I don't know. I mostly avoid it, to be honest. Anyway, let's do just a bit more bookkeeping here.
Keep
So-
it up.
For our new characters, Hero and Cinder,
it.
you guys are both going to get. First of all, you can have any like mundane stuff that you want. You
Tried
will-
adding plate, but it was worse for me.
You will all have a +1 weapon of your choice and an uncommon magic weapon of your choice as well. If you would like for the Glamour Bard to have instead like a wand of +1, that is also acceptable.
Ooh, a wand of +1.
Yeah, I don't remember what the one for Bard is.
What does a wand of +1 entail exactly? Does that like
So you know how there's like the Rod of the Pack Keeper and things like that?
You said uncommon, not rare, right?
Yeah, not rare, uncommon.
you.
Rod of the Pack Keeper? Oh, it increases your DC. Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
so if you'd like an equivalent one for Bard, you can have one. I just don't remember off the top of my head what the one for Bard is called. Does anyone remember?
No.
I didn't think it existed.
Bard.
Every class has got one now.
Yeah, it
Bard
was with Tasha's, I believe.
Is there magic in the head? Oh, it was a Tasha's. Okay, so this is your old
Yeah,
thread.
like,
Okay.
it didn't
On to
exist
the
for
War
long.
Mage.
Thank you, friend. War Mage. Yep, +1. Thank you. Yeah, I'll take that equipment. And that's the uncommon magic weapon you said, right?
Yeah, so you can get this and an uncommon thing of your choice.
Oh, this added uncommon. Is it any uncommon magic item? Because you said
Mhm.
weapon. Okay, cool item. Okay.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so you have this in addition to like an uncommon item of your choice, just to sort of put you not quite on parity with like Happy or someone where they have like much more magic stuff, but just enough that you're not like horribly behind.
What about magic armor instead of a magic weapon?
You know what? I'll allow it. I think that's fine.
All right,
If you
I'll
wanna have-
look at it. I might do it. Thank you.
Cool.
That's actually it's more magic items than Isaac really has. I have to pick up that gun sometime.
You should.
They-
Oh, y'all should have bought that stuff before we did the Jokwrub heist. We might
Yeah, they
not be
get it
able to.
Craft.
I commissioned it, but it's gonna take
Oh, the
a couple
gun. My
days.
bad. My bad. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you had the gun, alas.
So this means we didn't even need to kill Jokwrub. We could have gone to any of the places and just like hopped in here.
I mean,
Maybe.
potentially, maybe. Who knows? It's unclear.
But then if he did, he wouldn't be here. Then again, we might get to that tower and he might not be there anyways because he'll just be recovered long by then.
Yeah, who knows how long it takes to recover. You guys
you
have
got
been
5
like really
HP.
fast.
1
Yeah.
day per hit point.
Who knows? Like, really, who knows?
I mean, the other ones seem to recover pretty damn fast, and they way more health.
Did they?
No, they didn't. They never recovered. They stayed. We killed
Yeah,
them when
they-
they were bows.
I mean, they were like super powerful in.
Yeah, but they're also just super powerful in general. Like, who knows? It's really unclear.
Okay. Pearl of Power. I picked Pearl of Power. Just
All right.
Probably got 8 more hours in the day if you want to. But then we'd have to sleep in the wild.
Yep.
Is there like a day-night cycle here?
There is. They've mentioned that there's a moon, for example.
Okay.
Can we get supplies? I imagine they don't have a lot of gold. I don't know what their economy is.
They
based
don't
around.
have a lot of. They don't have a lot of supplies. You can find enough for 5 days of rations here, but it is recommended that you also get your own rations.
Oh, so they're not
Yeah.
going to be able to feed us. We're going to have to hunt, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they can give you 5 days here, but like keep in mind they also have a village to feed
Oh, 5 days rations is pretty good.
Is that each or total?
each.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you're not
I've
like
got
SOL
one
or
with me right
anything.
now, so that would be 6.
And I don't need any rations, so
You don't
I don't
need.
know if you were including that. You could extend it if.
Next time I
5,
sleep, I can get
Lights.
great water for water.
Fucking, I wish I had 18 strength. I can't carry 5 rations.
Really?
Can someone carry some of my rations for me?
Wait a
I need to
bit.
get rid of
2
3 of
pounds
them.
each. I cannot. I can wait. I can carry some of them. No, I can't. I'm at 43.8, and 45 is when I get encumbered.
I'm like not carrying anything. I have 12 strength. What the fuck am I carrying that weighs so much?
Probably weapons and armor.
That's actually a good question. What are you wearing? Carrying?
Oh, my
as a-
musket
Yeah,
is
are
10
you-
pounds.
Are you having your weapon and
Yeah.
armor?
I am. 10-pound musket, 5-pound armor. Rope, crowbar. The hand crossbow I got from that asshole that has the cap reloader on it. Which we never bought any bolts. Is that a
Fine.
+0 crossbow pog, or is it? It's just a regular crossbow that's got a cap reloader.
Yeah, it's got a cap preloader. They are actually able to get you bolts if you need them. That's like some of the supplies that they would have. If you need bolts.
Nah, that's not as good as my gun. Does anyone want the hand crossbow? And then I'd only need to get rid of 1 ration.
hand crossbow.
I mean, Defender can carry some rations. How much do they weigh?
2.5 pounds.
2.5 pounds. Yeah,
So
Oh, 1.5. No, 2 pounds. Sorry.
2 pounds each.
2 pounds per one. Yeah, it's 2.5 gold. That's why it's tricky.
so 10 pounds for 5 days of rations
Yeah.
for 4 people. Defender
Can you swing
carry-
rations for yourself and Defender too? Like maybe you can tell them that you need to eat, and then we can get extra rations.
Oh, they'll give you the ration. Like it's not like they're being stingy. It's just this is all they can afford to give.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Defender doesn't currently have anything in its saddlebags. Based on its strength of 14, I think its carry weight's 70, I believe. What is it? It's 5 per strength point.
Do 4-legged creatures not get a bonus
No,
for having extra
Some
life?
do.
this thing, it doesn't even have a carry weight. That's why I made the saddlebags.
Actually, like genuinely, some do. It's not on the stat block of everything.
Yeah, this was not designed to be a beast of burden.
All right. Well,
But yeah, he can carry the rations.
Okay. Yeah, they're-
How many can all 5 from?
He
For
can carry
rations?
all of the rations.
I'll
Okay.
carry mine. It's fine.
Okay, yeah, I'd appreciate that. Thank you, friend.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
able to
please.
get like these little bags that they outfit for the defender, so that the defender can carry these.
Oh, he's got saddlebags or what?
A defender has saddlebags already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lex made him.
Oh,
Remember
nice.
I made them?
Oh yeah, then they don't even need to give you theirs. Nice. All right, so you guys are able to take the 25 rations that they're able to give you here. Now, come back safe and sound, you hear? If it gets too dangerous, just don't throw your lives away.
Your hospitality is ever appreciated, village mother.
I don't plan to live here my whole life, so I guess I might if I die down here.
Aradine thinks about it, and he decides not to say you should get used to the idea of it.
Yeah,
I'm an expert at ignoring things that I should not ignore.
All right, where would you like to go, everybody?
Southwest.
Southwest.
Unless anyone has objections.
No, that's fine with that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the map is actually quite accurate in this regard here. And what I can tell you is that the path that you're taking is the fastest, but it would also be the densest. So there's two options. There's option to go southwest and then straight down, which runs you through the dense forest, making it more dangerous. Or you could go around where the forest is less dense, which would give you more visibility and you would therefore be safer, but it would take an additional day.
If this map is very accurate, then why is it only
you
20
do say
feet away?
days,
Forehead.
but it does matter if it's...
Yep.
Like, can we actually only travel 1 hex per 24 hours?
You can also push it
You
if
can
you'd like.
press, right?
Yes, correct. You can also press if you'd like.
And that
This
gives us
is not recommendable.
yeah, that's exhaustion is bad.
I think taking it off doesn't forcibly unattune it. No.
Okay, thank you. It does that on D&D Beyond, which is why I was asking. That's weird.
I think that's just the only way they know it's attuned. You have to like click the little square.
Yeah. I just want to be detectable sometimes and not other times.
Okay. But
Right
yeah,
now,
so your options are basically like take the long way around or go directly south. You don't necessarily have to go into the clearing at the far south if you don't want to. I don't think that really gives you anything. There's a third option, which is that you could, if you had some way of sailing, you could go directly south and then curve.
oh, that's a pond. Okay.
Yeah,
Is it a freshwater
it's a
pond?
lake. It's a lake. It's a
Can
freshwater
we
lake.
walk on the shoreline?
Yeah, you could go along the shoreline if you'd like, which would just be literally this path, right?
Yeah.
I thought it might be through a different part of the hex or something.
No, if you'd like to say that you're walking along the shoreline, I'd say that's a third option here. However,
Stick
this would put you
this
out in
path.
the ocean.
Yeah, we'd be out in the open for the dragon.
And also, potentially, some of the lake monsters.
Nobody ever wants to fight anything in water, so...
I just realized in 5e if we, or no, sorry, C3, if we have a strong enough character, we can actually do like portage, like we can carry like a canoe over land and stuff with us. That's pretty cool.
Do they not have any boats that they fish with? Or is it
They
too
do.
dangerous?
It's dangerous, so they try to avoid going out in the middle of it because there are lake monsters.
We want to like carry one of their boats and like potentially lose it. Could set them back. They fish a lot less, I guess, or something like that. Might screw them over. I don't know. I don't know how many boats they would have. But presumably, if we
You
bring
really
a
wanna
boat,
fight
there's a
in
good
fucking little
chance.
fishing.
Yeah, and there's a good chance it might get destroyed. So they'd be out of a boat.
And
Like
we'd
one boat
be,
left.
middle of the lake.
No, don't worry. Cinder doesn't die. Don't worry about it. This game.
I don't know about you, but I can't swim very well.
All right, so options are to go around on the west, to go directly forward, or to go along the coast.
Along the coast sounds fun, but I'm scared about like stuff that might be.
I'm more in favor of like directly through the dense forest.
We
The
don't
dense
have to.
forest gives you the most cover from the canopy of the trees.
Also,
Does
the
anyone
least
have any traits or anything to help?
I think dense forest. I don't think immediately along the coast. I mean, how much longer is this going to take versus
An extra
this?
day.
More importantly, Cal is in the tower. Do any of us know how to hunt?
I could try. I'm good at most things. I've had a lot of
I'm
training.
okay. I'm pretty decent at survival in general. I'm not like trained in it, but I'm wise.
Boy, I sure hope that one of the two new characters that have the ability to make their skills whatever they want pick to be good at survival, the survival part of the campaign.
I did suggest it.
I did not.
Well, if we have these new people to,
I mean, we can aid. We can aid one another. It's not as bad as you guys think. Which, as long as we have some bonus and we
I got
aid,
plus
right?
5
So,
to my survival.
yeah, and I could just aid you, right? It's
Wait,
not
I just realized Cinder wasn't just trolling when they said that they're good at most things. They're a bard.
too-
Oh yeah.
I can. Well, I can help you hunt. I know your church is the Kobat Church. How long has that been around? Actually, did just Venari make that, or has that been around when?
No, that's been
Cinder-
around for generations.
Yeah, a couple generations at least.
I know it's in a bad part of town, so you probably know how to scrounge up some food.
I'm not sure if I should be offended by that or not.
Yeah, the Kovat family are like very low ranked nobles, so that's actually really funny.
so let's go kill Jokwrub.
All right, through the forest we go. That'll take two. How many days would like directly to the forest? Was it? How many days would that take?
2,
Yeah.
3.
2, 3. Do we want to spend like a little bit of one day to get food
Yes.
just in case?
So bear in mind, here's an additional complication that will come about here. To move through the forest, there could be potential survival checks per hex. Like if you're moving through dense foliage, you might not be able to move through an entire hex in one day. So to this end here, you could potentially take longer going through dense foliage.
Look, I guide
no, one
myself
hex.
and then do survival and
Yeah,
be
yeah,
fine
you got
until I roll
options.
like
It's
shit.
It's not like it's impossible. It's just keep in mind, like if you're moving through the dense jungle, that is like an actual possibility.
Big
Is that
loss,
like
yeah.
you get lost, you don't know where you're going, etc.
It doesn't get any finer, pocket. We can't like this is 5 feet, and we can't do like this and go along the edges for slightly shorter.
No. The hexes are approximations here. So what I said is like if you'd like to go along the edges, that's a different route. So this is why I was talking about route planning, right? Like you can go around and like clearly you can see like here this path is like a lot more open than like going directly down like this. But you also have along the shoreline, and that was what I said like the shoreline path was.
Right. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna have to go like along the shoreline and hope we can steal food from Jokwrub's tower.
Why?
So
We're not gonna get
janky.
to the
There it is.
tower for like weeks.
Infinity. feet.
I mean the temple. It's another tower. That's why I said tower. This temple is a tower.
You did. Okay.
We
I
have
don't
to
know
rush
why
there
there would
basically
be
so we don't
food
have
in the
to-
temple, but
I mean,
Well,
might
if
be something edible.
people used to live there, there might be
Is
something.
dragon edible?
I mean, you could fish along the coastline.
There should be
I'm pretty sure
critters in
dragon's
the.
edible.
There should be critters in the woods as well. Can't be the worst.
I mean, the critter, whatever's in here is just whatever Jokwrub ate. I mean, like, how many field mice has Jokwrub eaten? How many deer has Jokwrub eaten? Like, there might not be many
I don't.
sources of food.
I don't think he just traipses along the forest to get food, does he?
You know, like, he doesn't go into the forest, kill himself to capture a deer to see this ecosystem, probably.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, there must be some form of ecosystem. If I haven't been around
probably
much.
just teleport around all he wants.
I mean, who's to say he can't just generate animals like he
So
does?
you villagers would know
rocks?
that there is like an ecosystem in here. Like he actually goes out of his way to make sure that there's a balanced ecosystem in the jungle. And actually, Team Shipwreck would know from what Plaguebringer said that there's an ecosystem in the jungle.
Oh yeah. There's a troop and everything. That's true.
This is probably where he's from.
He actually told
Yes,
you
yeah.
that. And now you know what he meant by there's a jungle that he escaped from. This is the jungle.
And why Jokwrub was an asshole to him would give him commands because it's Jokwrub's jungle, right? So.
All right, let's go. Let's vote. Do you want to go through the jungle or through the shore? Vote in chat now.
All right. You know what? I'll vote shore though. I don't think we're gonna
go. Jungle wins 3-2.
Jung, baby.
Actually, some of these people just said Jung, which I'm pretty sure is a vote for stay home and study philosophy.
Carl Jung. Yeah, Carl Jung. Everyone knows
that is an important point, actually. I think there's more research to be done here.
I mean, actually, Jungian psychology is actually very important to Shade Pool, so it's not that unreasonable. It's not that unreasonable.
There is a lot of symbolism and stuff. True.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so you head off, you have a plan in mind, and you set off from the village. What do you guys want the village to be called, by the way? I'll let you name the village.
Poopy garbage.
Cinderfall.
Oh, I love that.
All right. I don't know why it'd be named after Cinder, but I like it.
No. I like the idea that they've named the village after you.
Well, maybe it means that they had to. Maybe they had to migrate. So they're like.
They did. They actually
naming things.
They did have to migrate, and there's a reason why they had to migrate, because the Northwestern Alliance kicked them out. Remember? The Northwestern Alliance teamed up with Jokwrub. They're like, you know what? Jokwrub, we pledge allegiance. And they're like, what? Why are you pledging allegiance to the bastards? And so the two of them are at war.
Nice.
Damn.
Oh shit, I forgot to change my laundry over.
But yeah, you guys head off, and we cut to on the dragon. The dragon is flying to this beautiful, ornate-looking temple, and you can see that there are 3 layers of a force field surrounding it.
Happy! Why are we doing this?
I don't know. It's our only way out, I think.
At least we have Anne-Marie here with us.
Do you have a sending stone?
I don't have a sending stone. I got rid of it to make room for more candles.
Yeah, I don't either. I think Isaac has mine.
I did send you a sending ship.
I think that this is a bad idea. You hear, like, from inside the dragon's mouth, it's really muffled. You should have stayed on the ship.
At some point while hanging on, I'm going to tie a knot around my foot and then try to climb up the grappling hook to a more secure location.
Yeah, as you guys are climbing up, at some point, Happy, you feel like a weird sensation coming from the ship. Like the model ship that you have, it starts vibrating. What do you do?
This is some awful turbulence.
Happy's deep in thought.
Happy is deep, deep, deep in thought.
So, I guess brace myself, right? Because it's just vibrating, right?
Yeah, the model ship in your pocket, basically, that you've been given.
I'll pull it out.
When you pull it out, you can see it stops. Well, you feel it stops vibrating, and you can see that there are new people on the ship. There's like this guy with a cool sword. He looks kind of old. And you can also see that Isaac is writing a message on the model ship for you. At first, he had a message that he had already written out, but he's writing a new part, which says, going to take a while. Force field?
Going to take a while. Force field.
I think the earlier one said, like, there's some people, we're going to talk to them, and then we're going to go rescue you. See you soon.
Okay.
So, yeah.
It doesn't. So it says that. It doesn't. Does it say go take a while force field? What does it say?
That's the later part. The first part is saying we're going to come rescue you. See you soon.
Ah, I see. I understand now. Okay. I'll just be like, okay, still on dragon. If I can send a message back.
You have no way of sending a message back.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
What happens if you pick them up and put them back down somewhere else?
What, this thing?
I don't know anything.
I don't know either.
If you try, they're just like holographs, basically. Like you can't actually touch them.
Oh, cool. Okay. I guess that we're hanging on to once we climb. We're probably I'm climbing up the rope, and then I'm holding on to the dragon themselves.
That's smart.
All right.
I'll do the
You
same.
guys travel all night. This dragon moves 4 times faster than like the actual group does, so they're able to move 4 hexes in one night. Do you guys want to eat any rations? Do Calcifer and Happy have any rations?
I should keep that character sheet open too. One second.
I have chalk. I have oil. It's marked as 1-day rations, and it says I have 4 of them.
Nice. So you guys can eat some food here.
Very good. I know mine are all stowed. I had to, but I stowed them.
I highly recommend not trying to kill the dragon while on it, by the way, as you would fall to your death.
But it'll be
Unless
a
you
cool
had
way.
Featherfall.
It'll be a cool way. We already have backup characters. We're all Paul.
Admin backup.
Yeah, you guys do not have the glutton's fork, unfortunately.
Skin flake of the dragon with glutton's fork. It's disgusting.
Wait, are dragons not edible normally?
They are normally edible, and actually, if you prepare dragon, it gives you special bonuses.
Oh,
I mentioned this, and then it never came up. But
Any
it's like in
resistance to
session
whatever
2.
element they are.
all right. Brace yourself, Calvin. Sneak attack the dragon. Then, in that case,
We can also grind up this chalk that I have and add it as filler, like sawdust,
Oh,
to
nice.
extend our
That'll-
rations.
Yeah, that adds some minerals. Let's go.
oh my
Good
goodness.
luck doing that in the middle of the air, though.
You guys are on like the dragon's back. The dragon opens its mouth to speak. Does anyone here speak Draconic?
I have the comprehend languages propped. I think
You do. You've got the thing that makes you hear everything. Oh my, that's so good.
I can speak with animals or dragons, beasts. I think they're
No.
dragons.
Yeah, they're dragons.
Intelligent.
Do not attempt anything. I see that you have climbed aboard me. This is good. You will come to visit my king.
Is your king Jokwrub? I'll say in common.
Yes, Jokwrub is my king. I promise he will be fair with you as he's fair with all of his prisoners.
Can you speak in common for my friend's sake from here on out?
Very well. Then he begins to speak in common. I am leading you to Jokwrub's
You speak common?
tower. Yes, I speak common. I am a fully grown dragon.
Well, I appreciate you defiling your throat for my sake. Please speak on, Great One.
I am taking you to visit my king. He will be fair. He is not as some think he is.
Is it necessary for us to be prisoners? We just want the fox. If we can get the fox and you can just drop us off, it'll be fine.
I am aware of this fox. This fox has been used many times before. You are not the first group to use it.
Hey
Well, I
guys,
think-
if you stab her, you can get out right now.
The fox is in the dragon's mouth. They are on the dragon's back.
Yeah. You could
They
try.
have to like climb into the mouth, hope he doesn't notice. I could try actually.
The thing is, if you were to do that, you would be like unable to avoid its poison breath. Like it would be
Poison breath, schmoisen breath.
It would be impossible to avoid from that situation.
What's my con save?
Is that a kind of elemental
This
damage?
is not really a serious suggestion.
I know.
I just had to throw
Like-
it out there.
I mean,
Jumping
dragon's
into
still
the
poisoned.
mouth of a dragon is one of the worst ideas I've
mean-
ever heard.
You can
If I had boosted con and like maybe advantage,
just
on
reach in,
poison,
stab
I'd
her, and then
consider
she
it.
makes a door, and you get sucked out.
But then how does Cal get out? She has to go into the mouth with me.
Do
so-
not attempt anything. I hear you scrambling on my back.
Can we attempt to eat rations? We are mere
Yes.
mortals.
No, please eat. I was going to offer you a meal of my own.
A
And
meal of your own.
Yes.
Dude, don't regurgitate it.
Can I like pet the fox when we get there?
No, the fox will be brought into custody.
But no, the fox is our friend.
The foxes of Shadepool belong to Jokwrub and Jokwrub alone.
Yeah, but like we're not going to see them again for a very long time. So if we can like if I could just pet the fox once, please.
You are not the first group to have a fox. Listen well to my words, young
Why?
ones. Every group that attempts to enter Shadepool to fight is assigned a fox.
So you have seen Shadepool for a long time. You've been here for a long time.
Yes.
And you have met many like us, and you have seen the effects that we've had on Shadepool many times.
That is correct. Those that are able to survive will find someone associated with them becomes a fox.
I see. So the fox is somewhat intrinsic to... Well, then why is it that you're aligned with the king?
I am aligned with the king because he is the only aspect that has any idea what the hell is happening. When I became aware of how powerful that these magic symbols were, I had no choice. I am a dragon. The world will be reborn in Jokwrub's image, and I will reap the benefits. One man alone cannot rule the planet.
I'm gonna scoot forward on the dragon, like slowly, and I'm gonna say, so that I'm within like visual range. I don't know exactly if they can crane their neck while they're flying or anything, but and I'm going to say, truly, you have been around for perhaps even millennia. You have seen all of the ages. You have been through all of Shadepool. You understand that we are shaping the great stone dragon. Have you met? And I reached with my tattooed arm down to my waist, and I start to unbuckle my breastplate or whatever it is, and I say, have you met Sareth, who knows all truths?
Are you allowing Sarah to speak up at this point?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yes, I see this. You, dragon, are a dime a dozen. There are many like you. You are not special, like my Calcivir is. Jokwrub is just another target to them. But if you join in with us, and the dragon immediately speaks up, you are fools. You think that you are greater than Jokwrub when you have been played by him this whole time. Jokwrub is far more cunning than you could ever know. And I do not care for your demon, Calcivir.
I can understand that perhaps you are not aligned with such forces of darkness, such things from beneath from other worlds, that you are in tune with the material world, that is from whence you draw your power.
Jokwrub has promised me Pujwit, a continent of my own.
If he has such cunning and such long-ranged plans, then how is it that you expect yourself not to be caught in his snare?
You do not know Jokwrub like I do. You will come to know him in time, in the prison. But have no fear. Jokwrub is a fair and kind man to those that are willing to cooperate.
How many have you seen to cooperate with Jokwrub?
An entire city in the north.
For how long has this cooperation happened? Is this the first instance?
No, many have cooperated with him before. He is a fair ruler, you will see. I bring you to him, so that you may understand how feeble we are before his grand design.
And do you think we could slow it down a bit when we talk next time? Because the wind is very loud.
Yeah, the dragon's like trying to crane his head up to protect you as best as can from the wind, but it's really not working. Next time we speak, you will be on the top floor of the tower.
Oh, I'm sure that we'll talk many times after then. Please, from whence do you hail? Do you have an age-old name?
The dragon pauses for a moment. It seems like the dragon is like a little bit concerned with you, but after a while it calms down. I am K-God.
There's no way that Cal actually knows who this dragon is. I don't think Scott
Actually, there's a possibility. Give me a history check on this one.
No.
You don't. I am K-God. I roamed the southeastern lands of Hamishorum.
Oh my god.
The dragon begins to slow down now. You will want to be rested before you meet with the king. I will allow you to eat and sleep on my back.
I appreciate the burning warmth that will keep us safe from this vast night. Thank you, friend Kayad.
Okay. In the background, you can see some of the things in the air. Like there are harpies, there are wyverns, there's smaller dragons as well. But the most shocking of all is you see the sky whales. There are two of them. They are giant whales that float in the sky.
Ooh.
And the dragon just takes you through this slow, idyllic journey as it coasts towards Jokwrub's temple overnight. It's actually very comfortable, as the dragon is quite warm and is moving slowly, like deliberately, as if to avoid shaking you guys up too much. Do you sleep? You can long rest if you like.
So we're still on the dragon's back.
Yeah, you're on the back of the dragon, and it's like positioned itself to make it as like flat and comfortable for you as it can.
Still flying.
Still flying, yes. Just moving more slowly. Like it's not dashing like it used to before. It was using the dash action and just going full throttle. Now it's moving like slowly, in such a way that it's not trying to like disrupt you.
So we're at some sort of altitude where it's not so gusty and like cold and bullshit.
It's cold. Like it is cold, but the dragon is warm. So the dragon does provide you solace here.
Nice.
But yeah, basically it's like flaring up its shoulder blades and like dropping its back to sort of nestle you in is kind of what it's doing here.
So Happy, do you think that we should take watch? I suspect that there's not really enough time nor enough members in the rotation for this to be particularly effective.
If we keep watch, would we not be tired tomorrow?
Indeed.
I don't think we should I mean, there's not much we should have to worry about. If the dragon was dead, it would have attacked us or dropped us off or any number of things by now.
And if we had the dragon to be concerned about, well, yes, I
Yeah.
suppose the dragon will be sufficient. Hey, God.
All right, sleep
Oh,
we
it
shall.
almost rings a bell. I wish that I knew something of them.
He's from your parts, I take it, Hamishawn?
That's all that I have that I know. I feel like they must have been a great figure, but I don't know what force of destruction they might have wrought.
See.
All right. You guys wake up after going to sleep here. Is quite comfortable because it's very cold, like in the air, but the dragon is warm, so it has that like effect of like you're going to sleep underneath like a bunch of blankets when it's really cold. It makes it really comfortable, and you eventually go to sleep. By the time you wake up here, you are approaching Jokwrub's temple. The sun is starting to rise, and as it approaches, the dragon says, "All right. I see that you are waking. That is good. You will find it quite disturbing going through these gates."
Um, during the time that we have idle, because this is like at least a 12-hour trip or something.
Yep.
I want to try to persuade K-God to reveal more stuff about themselves, even if
Okay.
it's just like details of their great exploits of their own past.
Okay,
like
go ahead and
learning
make-
stuff about my world's history or anything.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check then.
Okay.
We will have more time to speak. Now is not the time, Calcivere.
It's so windy.
Okay. When you get to the force fields, you can see there are three. One is red, one is sort of like a light sky blue, and one is yellow. When you approach these force fields, you can feel each of them saps away at you a little bit more. And by the time you go through the third one, you are actually quite weak. Mechanically, these each have a different effect on you. You don't know which each gate does, but here's how this functions mechanically is just that your character is weaker. You basically do half damage to everything. You take double damage from everything, and you have disadvantage on all attacks. Not great.
Cool. But we're perfectly fine at skill checks, saving throws.
Yeah, skill checks and saving throws, you're fine. It's just that you feel weaker, essentially.
I would think that would impact my dexterity and strength saving throws, but I will take it.
As you guys go through these different gates, you are brought to the top of this tower where you can see Jokwrub has a crown on and is awaiting you guys. The dragon descends and opens its mouth, and you can see that a number of soldiers wearing all like the same uniform. It has like a picture of a tree on it. It's like a dark. They have like dark green tabards with light gold trim, and you can see like in silver they have a tree, and they take the fox and move it away from custody. Then the dragon lowers its wing to create sort of like a staircase leading down.
Well, leader, lead on.
All right, I head down.
Hello, I imagine that you're quite aware that you can't do anything against me at the moment, right?
Well,
Yes.
can, but I take under advisement that I perhaps shouldn't.
Wonderful. Well, you should be feeling the effects of my... What should I call this, by the way? I've been in my head all these past few decades. What do I call these barriers? Oh, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Welcome to my jungle. You are probably
Perhaps.
aware by now that you have been tricked by me, the genius.
Something along those lines has been in progress for some time, is what I'm led to understand.
Now, I wasn't expecting you to climb on board my beloved K-God, so this is quite surprising, actually. How did you do that? He looks and sees the grappling hook embedded on the scale. Ah. Well, good throw. Should you allow me, I will be putting manacles on you. He claps his hand and you see like 2 soldiers come out with a pair of anti-magic manacles.
Well, where are you going to take us?
Well, I'll be taking you to the prison, along with the rest of my prisoners. You can't possibly imagine you're the first one to try to kill me. I mean, come on.
I might ask if it befit someone of your stature to treat a noble from a faraway land in a manner according to their station, rather than your, well, long live his name, past comrade.
He bows. Come with me. I think you'll like the accommodations, actually. They're quite accommodating. The accommodations. See, I use that word correctly. Everyone makes fun of me because I use words incorrectly. I'm actually quite sesquipedalian. I'll have you know.
Your genius knows no bounds, Jokwrub.
Do you accept the manacles?
Yeah.
Yeah, no resistance.
Okay.
Try to do it in like a nice little position so that maybe they're in front of me instead of behind me. But
Hey, so you can see his soldiers accompany you as he leads the way and just starts rambling about nothing in particular. He takes you to the top, not the top floor, you're on the roof. He takes you to the bottom floor where you can see that there are a number of jail cells. And these are actually really nice looking cells. Like they're more Swedish style prisons. Like there's actual furniture, there's books to read. It looks quite comfortable.
what an excellent collection that you offer to your... Oh, well, I suppose that I haven't browsed the books. Are you familiar with this?
Yes, I've wrote all the books myself.
Oh, I see.
Come with me. The reason why I have this prison isn't, to lock people away forever. I mean, that would be, frankly, disreputable of me. Look, over there. I mean, look at them. And he waves, to the other wing, where you can see there's a number of different prisoners that kind of look out weirdly. They don't really like Jokwrub, as you can possibly imagine.
What are they dressed in? Are they, old clothes?
These are actually
any of them,
newer.
their personal effects?
They're all wearing the uniform of the people here, but instead of being silver, it's made out of a sort of red maroon material, and it's not reflective. It's just stitched on, basically. It looks much less nice, basically. And you can see they're all wearing the same uniform together. I am recruiting an army. And I'd love to have you on board. It might take you a little while to convince, of course. I mean, it took all of my lieutenants a while to convince, but I think you'll get on board with Team Jokwrub when you learn what we're trying to do.
I hope that we shall be able to make the meeting with the preacher someday soon.
Well, you're not going to be meeting that. Sorry about that. I'll let him know. Well, actually, I won't. I don't want to tell him you're here, because then he'll get mad at me. Do you think he'll get mad at me? He'll get mad at me.
I think so.
Hanger seems to be among his many skills.
Yeah, yes. You see, you're smart. We have a lot in common. We're both smart people that know things.
Hey, do you happen to know anything in particular about your beloved K-God? Perhaps we could discuss them over tea sometime.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. I actually do have meetings with all the prisoners that... Well, you're going to be at the bottom of the list, But if you agree to join in with us, there are spells that I can cast to ensure that you stay loyal, and over time, you'll find that it's quite comfortable.
I understand your perspective, Jokwrub. and I turn to Happy and I say, don't these accommodations look quite fulfilling?
Oh, they're great. Nothing could be as good as the Feywild, but I'll have to make
the Feywild. I'm glad that you've brought this up. That's a brilliant point. You're so smart. You see, you and I, we just have so much in common. I actually, I'm not from. Like I grew up on the material plane, but I'm a satyr. I'm from the Feywild, and I've been to the Feywild a few times, and I find, and I can't really say for anyone else. I can only speak for myself. The Feywild is what the material plane should be like. Don't you think?
Exactly, precisely. Maybe we should go there. I have a friend you should meet.
Well, we'll have to work on that once you've agreed to be on my team and you have several crests and gases to protect myself. I'm actually quite fragile outside of my realm, as you're now quite aware.
Did we at least surprise you when we attacked you?
Oh, actually, I wasn't expecting you to attack me there at all. I was going to plan a meeting where I would basically let myself get in a vulnerable position and kill me. You actually destroyed one of my ship models. I'm really upset about that. It wasn't you, don't worry. I'm not taking out on you. It's someone in your group. I'll have that wielder punished for that. But you're not wielder, so I'm not going to hold it against you, as I said before. Look, Feywild, right, Jokwrub. Let's talk about the Feywild. It is a land where people are one with nature, and nature is one with all of us. You feel like the world and you are one once you've been there for long enough. The way that the trees move around, the way all the animals are integrated into the Feywild. It's beautiful. Do you know what I found out while studying the stone dragon?
What?
The material plane used to be like that.
Interesting.
In fact, the Feywild was much closer to the material plane than anyone could have possibly imagined. The closest thing that we have is in Persuasion, but I don't like mushrooms. Anyway, what I found out is that the Conclave's deities were shaping the world. That the natural beauty and wildness of the world has been chipped away bit by bit by bit. Society, things, all of... well, everything that's ruined the prime material plane is what's in power now. We need to go back to the way things were.
Well, then, I think being an aspect for the preacher, I mean, you're doing exactly what the Conclave wants you to do.
For now. And I'm aware that the Conclave has their plans for how they use the preacher, and I'm aware that they lie to the preacher and tell him what he wants to hear, so then he tells us what he wants, and it's what they want, and it's a bit of a give and take. What I can tell you right now is that I'm not convinced, I'm not fooled, I'm Jokwrub, I'm the smartest motherfucker on the planet. And I have a plan for how to betray the preacher and take over power. And that's where you come in. In a bit. Wink.
I think Fim probably thought he was the smartest person on the planet as well.
I had Fim wrapped around my finger. You see, when you pretend to be dumb, everyone underestimates you. Haven't you noticed? I mean, you underestimated me, didn't you? And look how that went.
Oh, certainly. If you seem to be operating from a place of less power, then you are often overlooked, and perhaps you can slip by in your various trade agreements.
Laws of power. It's quite simple. And, well, Fim is very easily tricked. He has an ego the size of mine without the same brilliance that I do, because he's so smart. Because he's so smart, he couldn't possibly be stupid, but because he's so smart, that's why he's stupid. All I have to do is tell him, time and time again, look at how much the Rising is getting under your skin. They're destroying your operations. They're tearing apart all these trade channels you have. Every time we talked, I said, the Rising are your enemies. And what does he do? He gets into a pointless power struggle with you that could only lead to his demise. Ha-ha! Jokwrub wins again.
You played him.
I
Very
played
well.
him.
What about Tver? Do you plan on playing them?
Tvar, yes. I have some plans for Tvar. You see, I believe you're Venari. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's an Alexis right there, right? Now.
Oh, Venari is an Alexis, yes.
Alexis are really easily tricked by loyalty, protecting the population and things like that. These are all Tvar's good qualities. I can probably convince Venari that Tvar and them would be good friends. And, well, Tvar and I are actually good friends. I do like him quite a bit.
What is Tvar's aspect?
Oh, you're familiar with the aspects, I imagine, at this point. You're an aspect Calsphere, correct?
There is something along those lines that is a power that I bear within me.
Wonderful. So, the aspect of acceptance, Tvar. Wonderful lad. Love him. Love him to death. He is the strongest physical combatant out of all of us by far. I mean, I can't really fight for shit. But Ein is a better magician. I am... To rule the world doesn't take strength. It doesn't take ability to beat people in a fight. I mean, that's so barbaric to think about. Honestly. Right?
Yes, it's uncouth.
We have so much in common. I am very, very happy that you've chosen to come on this dragon. It saves me the trouble of finding you guys down. Do you happen to know where your team is, by the way? I'll take them too.
Can I roll an insight? Like, are we actually in good graces with this person at the time? Is he just playing along?
Go
like
ahead.
he's
Go ahead and
as
roll
if-
insight.
acting as if we're making us think as if we're saying the right things? 14.
At this moment, as you're talking to Jokwrub and actually genuinely really interacting with him, you're starting to realize just how layered and complicated he is. And in this moment, you realize, like, this whole time that you thought you knew what you're doing, you are so out of your depth, and you're still so out of your depth, and you don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah. Well,
Happy, give me a sleight of hand if you'd like to disguise this boat.
oh, he's gonna look. Okay. I think I already used all inspirations thus far, so this is it. This is the roll.
So I suppose that in these conversations that we're going to have a sort of give and take, that you're going to request information like, where is your party member, and what are your secrets, and what power do you hold within you? And we're going to ask things like, who is this dragon? Why do they matter to you?
Something along those lines. One moment. He reaches in and takes the boat from you.
Fuck. He saw it. He's a
Thank you. I was wondering where that was.
Oh, yeah, wait, can I just see it once more?
No. You.
When he tries to take it, can I like pull back?
Yeah, you can
Right.
certainly try. You'd have disadvantage here, so
I'm
you can try to outrun. Yeah, you're handcuffed. I mean, he's not like the strongest guy. Maybe you win. I don't know.
Oof.
He sees his ship and he's just filled with this fury and like this righteous power, and he takes it and he just cradles it next to his cheek a little bit. Don't worry, I won't let you go too.
Ball face first, eat grass. It's already pulled it.
He smiles at you. Well, I'm glad that you brought this here and didn't let that terrible creature, I'm so glad that I stapled rabbits to his house now. He deserves it.
What does that even mean? We're so
Oh.
confused.
See, I know I know a thing about you two. And I know that he loves rabbits. Yes, I do.
Oh, it's another one of your plays. Make us think you don't know what you're doing. I understand.
Yeah, Fem told me that prior to the whole memory loss thing that Garelmir was a big fan of it. So I thought this would be a fun way to like poke at the fact that I know about his past life.
He doesn't know that you know about his past. Like
What?
he doesn't know about his own past life, so it doesn't really. I don't know if like you're just still.
Yes, of course I knew about that the whole time. Moving right along. let me introduce you to the other prisoners. You guys will be interacting together. You'll also be helping train my men in the Colosseum, things like that. Shall we? We shall. And to the other part of the room at the other end of the hall, where you'll meet your 3 new party members. Next session. Guys,
One of them is a Warforged.
I hope you all enjoyed this session.
Yeah.
Shout out to Forgotten Adventures for making the tile sets, of which we've seen a few. And you know what? I'm going to give this one to Jazz. Jazz, who do you want to give a shout out to?
I want to give a shout out to Rainbow Six Siege pro player Bolo. Everyone, let's give a big
Shout out to Bolo.
Bolo. Is Bolo boneless?
No, I think it's, I don't know what his name even means, but he's pretty good.
It's French, right? Bolo?
I think so. I think he might be a French
Anyway.
guy.
Anyway, next session we will see more of what Team Jailbreak has to do. And then we'll get back to Team Shipwreck. That we'll be switching between the 2 narratives here. So next session we'll introduce the 3 new characters and we'll see how things pan out there.
I'm not changing the overlay every time we switch. Forget it.
Okay.
Oh, dude, I'm
See you
actually so excited seeing these new characters and playing another one. It's gonna be fun as heck.
Yeah, same rules, by the way. Level 6, you have +1 weapon and an uncommon item. Mundane equipment, whatever you'd like.
Do we have the level 1 feat, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, see you guys next Saturday.
Have a good one.
And actually, wait, before we do, what do we call this session? What's the title?
Taking a lift.
Something about splitting the party.
Once more into the breach.
Put the hair
I
on
like-
the rabbit's back.
I like Splitting the Party. I think that's a fun title.
Playing the party is a